Nerdrotic.com.
Now, would you guys like to finish your conversation?
Yes, I don't know.
It's so nice you want to ask them to finish.
Ah!
I haven't been asked to finish for a while. Okay.
The night is young, as.
Not that it stopped you.
The night is young and full of pleasures.
It's his birthday week, guys.
Yeah.
It's over now, woman. It's done. We're not like women here. Oh, look, it's my birthday year. Celebrate.
Celebrate me. I'm so amazing.
Buy me a drink.
Yeah. You know.
It's birthday palooza for
When's your
me.
birthday? July, but you know, it's birthday year. Oh my God.
Women and drunk 3PO. I mean, same thing.
I was going to say, is there any difference?
Same thing.
Women and YouTubers at conventions.
Oh, that narrows it down. What's up, everybody? It's Friday. Friday Night Tights. We have survived another week. And today we're going to be talking about Starfleet Leering Academy once again, because it actually gets worse. It actually gets dumber. And one of the most egregious errors in the history of Star Trek occurred in this episode, which was unbelievable. We're also going to talk about Wonder Man. I wonder why they made this show, man. Hey, some people like it. A lot of people like it.
Who?
Californians.
Some people.
Wait.
Let me put it more accurately. These people like it.
The you people?
What do you mean, these people? Some people like it.
What do you mean, you people?
Some people like it.
So, like, some people do genuinely like
Yes,
the
they
show.
do.
Like,
They do.
it's not,
They do.
I would say more than a lot of other Marvel things that have come out on Disney Plus. Certainly, I gotta be real.
Okay, well,
I think it's fine. I don't think it's much to write home
this
about.
is
I think you
something
get
to
some
talk
good
about later on
performances.
in the show, Ryan.
Yeah. Sorry, should I talk about fucking Silent Hill or some fucking gay bullshit? I'm sorry. I wasted 4 hours of my fucking life on this goddamn fucking bullshit show. Oh my gosh. I want to talk about it.
Oh my God.
Great
Oh my
try.
God.
Great.
Oh my God.
You sound like Dave Filoni right there. Oh my God.
They killed another guy.
You know,
Ryan,
just for that.
Ryan
just-
snapped at me for noticing Disprew's haircut a week late, so he's doing good today.
No, he
My
snapped.
life fucking sucks. It's awful. Shad and Christy, before the show separately, they pop in there like,
birthday.
you get a haircut this week? You get a haircut today? And it's like, he got a haircut last week. Half
And
the
we had a
chat
whole
was
conversation
talking
about it.
hair.
Yeah.
Now we're having it again.
And then
to be
Gary
fair to
tells
Ryan,
us off pre-stream for talking about Silent Hill for some reason. Not allowed to talk about that.
I didn't
Gotta talk
know
about cocks and
that is
asses.
not what I said.
I think the exact quote was, "Does this matter?"
Yes.
If that was the question, this wouldn't be a stream.
It was
okay?
just a
That's what I'm saying.
question.
I blame comics.
Hey,
I did
holy
too.
crap, we got a wizard here. Where did the wizard
We
come
have
from?
a wizard here. Real fake wizard.
Real fake wizard, yeah.
You normally just have 4 wizard sleeves. Ladies.
Wait, what?
I'll show you mine, but not for free.
All right, fake wizard. Fake wizard, I need to know. Are you a great wizard, a high wizard, or a grand wizard?
I'm just a
A
fake
grand wizard.
You'll be a grand wizard, Harry.
You'll be one after the show.
and I have a Emperor Palpatine robe. This is my formal robe here. And yeah, I'm a fake wizard that just happens to do YouTube coverage like most of you guys. And I'm actually a fan. Like I'm one of the chat that's been watching for years. And then the Acolyte happened. And I was like, okay,
I'm done being a fan.
now it's my turn. Like,
now I'm pissed.
I found Jeremy in Geeks and Gamers in 2017, 2018 after The Last Jedi. And for me, that was cathartic because it was like, you know, watching Jeremy break down in real time in all of his videos and coming to terms with everything that happened with Star Wars. Like, that was me. And then by Ahsoka, I was like, all right, well, I'm off the boat. I'm no longer a Star Wars fan. And then the Acolyte happened, and I said, all right, now I'm going to become a problem for Disney. Let's see. I just imagine fast forward from now, the boardroom at the Walt Disney Company, and somebody walks in and says, that wizard again. Come on, like that would be legendary.
That damn
So if
wizard.
I
Goals.
did
You
that,
look like
that's
you're
my
filling.
goal.
You look like you're filling in for Cillian Murphy in The Dark Knight Rises.
I mean, they're already saying that,
He's
but they
nipped off for a
mean
sandwich,
Gary.
and you just do some judging. You know, death by exile. You know, it's just cool.
Sounds appropriate. Sounds appropriate. Well, welcome to the show. Love your stuff. Your Stranger Things stuff was really good. And yeah, because that sucked. So yeah, we're going to talk about
rough.
Starfleet. We're going to talk about Wonder Man. So Ryan or any of us didn't waste our time watching it. And a little bit of Night of the Seven Kingdoms. Ryan and I can talk about it anyway. And Shad, yeah.
Thank you.
I watched it too.
A union is going on strike against itself, which is hilarious. We will discuss that and what some other Hollywood. Oh, the BBC did an investigation on itself.
Did it find itself innocent by any
It
chance?
found itself innocent as
What are the odds?
It's amazing.
it found itself innocent. But
I like when Blizzard Entertainment did one. We've investigated ourselves and found that we're absolutely innocent of no inappropriate conduct by the people that sexually assaulted those.
Well, it's not as bad as the BBC, who waited till a guy died before they went, oh, by the way, we knew what he was doing this entire time.
Oh no!
Wow.
Then they released a documentary about it like a
by
week.
the way, most prolific child diddler in history, you know. Like the Genghis Khan of fucking child diddlers worked for us, and we didn't say a thing.
The Genghis Khan of Hitlers. That's what
The Genghis Khan of Hitlers of 9/11s. So, oh God, where do we want to start? Let's start with the meetup.
At the very beginning.
Let's start with the usually start at the beginning but this is FNT. We don't have a beginning, middle, or end. It's just a stream of consciousness. Let's start
like me on a Saturday night when I'm vegging on the fucking sofa. There is no beginning, middle, or end. There is just blob.
I thought you were going to say during that 38 seconds, but I mean,
That would make sense.
I guess there's an end, maybe.
An end. Yeah.
So hey, we
when
finally
the orgasm lasts longer than the sex. That's basically the story of Axis.
Brian, as long as I'm done, mate. That's
Hey, I respect it, okay? Don't got no time to waste.
No, for women, come on now.
But yes, officially, I know everyone's been asking about it for a long time. When are we going to know? When are we going to know? We've had it in the works. Finally confirmed Saturday, March 21st here in Orlando at Universal City Walk at Pat O'Brien's this year, which is just a couple doors down from the Red Coconut Club, where we usually do the meetup. It's going to be there. So we do need you guys, just so we have a good idea on numbers, to reserve a spot and RSVP. It's pretty easy, but yeah, we're looking forward to it. It's finally official. So there's a link in the description. You can also go to the Geeks and Gamers website, which is cleverly named geeksandgamers.com. And there's a big banner across the top. You can click there as well. But yeah, so it's open. Claim your spots. And obviously it's free. Don't just reserve 1 million spots if you have no intention of going. But yeah, we're excited. It's 2 months away, Gary.
Wow.
That's not far. Sorry. My mic went a little flaccid there. It's
Give me 5 minutes.
That happens to a lot of guys.
It does.
Yeah. Let me talk to it.
Do you have that? Do you have that ready, X-Ray Girl?
Yeah.
We do have a sponsor. Kind of. We're gonna play a commercial.
Is it heroin? Oh.
Will Shad.
Will Shad here, bringing fiber to the masses with Kellogg's Raisin Bran. Judy calls.
That milk looks like yogurt.
Will Shad?
It usually is. Or Elmer's Glue.
Day.
Whoa.
Will Shad in the house. It's fiber time. Is that Dr. Shih Tzu?
Will Shad on the car!
Kellogg's Raisin Bran. High fiber, happy gut.
Kellogg's Raisin Bran makes its Super Bowl LX debut.
We don't need to hear that part, but that's better than Starfleet Academy, okay? That was better than Starfleet Academy.
Was that AI?
No, it was a real ad.
I think that's
maybe
why.
It was.
Remember the story from like a couple days ago, the picture that went viral of William Shatner eating a bowl of cereal in a car? I think that was all part of like. It wasn't just fooling a Dennis Reynolds.
Nothing's real.
Yeah.
Nothing is real. I mean, if you give it a little bit of thought, and it's not like people haven't done it, but like there's a lot of things you can eat in a car before like a bowl of cereal.
Beg your pardon, sir?
Believe me. So like I'm not going to get into that right now. It's too early in the show. So like you can you have to get like the milk out and everything, and where you refrigerate the milk. Now I know Ryan eats cereal like a mongoloid, but
well, hold on.
Yes, you do.
Like a mongoloid.
Yes.
Look, I keep my milk and cereal separate but equal, otherwise known as the good old days. Okay? So I don't think there's anything wrong with a little bit of segregation. I think the country was better. Cereal.
Ryan, do you have one of those bowls that keeps it separate?
No, I don't. I don't need a fancy tool. I have myself. I have a glass of milk and I have a bowl of dry cereal. And I mix and match. You know, scoop some cereal, drink some milk. Keeps it nice and crunchy.
Oh, you don't put the milk in the cereal?
No, he doesn't.
No.
Only when I'm doing ad reads for Magic Spoon, because I felt like it would have been weird if I didn't. Right?
So weird.
No, I want to
is
see
weird.
an advert where you're just sticking it dry in your mouth.
Yeah, you're just raw dogging that cereal.
Yeah.
Like, keeps the cereal crunchy. I think it's a smart idea.
You can't.
Thank you, X-Ray Girl. Intellectual. I
What about
admit
that?
it.
What about that
Nobody else does
thing,
it,
though?
but it is the best way to do it.
What are
Have
you
you
doing?
seen that
X-Ray Girl,
cereal
what are you
shortcut,
doing?
Ryan, that you put the cereal in, you put the milk in, and you.
I was just saying.
Yeah.
I'll just send him one of those bowls.
Yeah, that's what you need.
What are those cups that you can take in the car if you have a William Shatner, craving like that, I guess. If you're 95 years old, you can do whatever the fuck you want, honestly.
True.
William
Dude,
Shatner can
95
jerk off on the side of the road, and he's like, look, it's William Shatner. It's all right.
Dude, I'm 51 and I'm scared when I eat fiber. I don't know what's going to happen at what fucking time.
Oh my God.
I could be walking halfway down the street and just be like, well, there we go.
Yeah.
Wait, doesn't fiber make you more
51.
regular?
It's fine at 50, but the moment you hit 51, that's it.
It's all downhill.
I mean, it's true.
Is by a factor of 4.
The same time the second ticks over, that was gone.
It's
Doing.
true.
It's all explosive diarrhea after that.
I just eat my cereal on the toilet. It's just easier.
It's faster.
It's easier for everyone.
Just move an oven in there and everything. You might as well live in there at
Yeah.
that point.
Pass the milk. It's in the shower. For some reason.
We'll let the guests choose what we talk about first.
Oh yeah.
Please don't talk about cereal.
Got.
It's not going to be cereal anymore. No. Do you want to talk about
Star Trek one?
You want to start with Starfleet Academy? Let's go.
Yeah.
Hot.
Boy.
Okay. We have the latest episode. It's called Vox. It's basically
gay Klingons.
No. Odin can speak to this because it's some papal decree to get rid of the Knights Templar. It was called Vox L. God damn it! I'll find it.
What's that got to do with the episode, though?
I know. It's something.
Come on, Odin. You must know this.
I heard it just meant like some kind of debate or something.
Odin, you're for a Klingon. Come on.
I'm still like, I didn't even realize that there was a papal decree to get rid of the Knights Templar.
You know what those disappointing
Excelso.
Vox in Excelso. Yeah, Excelso. And it has nothing to do with that. I think they wanted to maybe make it sound like it was like really heady and thoughtful about something about the voice. So Vox. It was about polyamorous gay Klingons and getting quotes wrong in Star Trek, like horribly wrong. And trying to be a comment on Western civilization and identity, and it just ended up being retarded, basically.
Absolutely retarded.
But
there was a legitimate line where it said that Starfleet should humble themselves in front of the Klingons. And it's like, why? You want everything from us. We don't need you at all. We are giving you charity, which is why you don't want it. It's like, no, you should do everything we say.
What are you doing?
It, though,
hang on. X-Ray Girl, what are you doing?
Nothing.
Might be Garrett.
Is it Garrett? Who's who's messing with the screen right now? It's very distracting.
Sorry.
Garrett, what are you doing?
He's just watching Netflix on the side.
Yeah.
I'm actually just shopping.
Yeah. Sorry, go on. I
was just saying, but no, see, Disprey, you don't quite get it. It's too intellectual for you because the guy who turned his back on the Klingon people became the greatest advocate of the Klingon race, who didn't exhibit any Klingon qualities whatsoever and was an honorless cur.
And was actually told that by Caleb. He's like, you speak all this about the Klingons and you're here eating our food under our roof, speaking our language, working for us. I was like, no, I am a Klingon.
Because you couldn't kill one bird.
Wow, this really is a really good immigration allegory.
I think the most depressing part about this episode is that if these were competent people, and say like you brought the people that did like Next Generation or whatever, this was a Next Generation episode, and it was legit, like interesting intellectual debate with somebody that is in the middle of one of these conflicts, kind of forced to be on one side or argue on the opposite side of what they actually feel. It could have been really interesting and really unique, like this debate at Starfleet Academy. But unfortunately, because it's written by 25-year-old autistic retards that are probably half trans, like it just comes across as the most surface level retarded shit you could imagine. And then you get thrown in a gay Klingon's gay backstory. Spoiler alert. We were all wondering, this Klingon seems kind of gay, doesn't he? Turns out he has 2 dads. It's weird how that happens, right?
Well, the thing is, what they needed was for the Klingon to be a Klingon. He had to be pro-violence, pro-war. And then they could have had Starfleet going, no, we should just talk out all these problems. And then the Klingon comes in. It's like, well, your words mean nothing the moment I blow you out of space. So they had a legitimate contradiction to the point, another point of view, but it's like, no, we have to make everything one direction because they don't trust the audience to make their own minds up about any of these topics.
No,
we have to spell it out.
And they can't make their own minds. They don't even know how to tackle the topics they're taking on. They're looking them up and they're all, we hear the words, we hear words like empathy. We don't know what they mean, but I heard it's really nice to use empathy, so we'll use it over and over again without knowing the actual definition of the word. But it's also
the Klingons, though. What we were shown, for the most part, was actually correct. In as much as the way that the Klingons were behaving and doing and turning their back on gay Klingon because he was a wuss. Apart from the polyamorous side, the Klingons were sort of behaving Klingon-esque. And then they had to break everything at the end to fit his narrative, gay Klingons narrative, that no, warriors, now we're destroying the word warrior, and warrior can mean anything in the Klingon Empire.
Good
You
at
could be a
debate.
warrior bird watcher. You could be a warrior taking up the fucking dirt box. You could be a warrior fucking petal
Scientist.
presser.
Yeah.
It's just, they had to destroy the word warrior and rebrand it for modern sensibilities.
That's the subversion of the Klingons.
That's essentially what they're doing to
is.
Star Trek. That's
Yes.
that's what Kurtzman has been doing to Star Trek. That is a great description of it. So in the beginning, so we really haven't known or cared what's happened to the Klingons post the burn. What's the burn? A retarded Kelpian bonded on the molecular level with some dilithium, cried for his mama, and it blew up every fucking ship in the universe. It's really stupid. It's so much more dumb that it was in a burn. A thing called the burn was in something called STD, but the acronym for this show is SA. So there you go.
I do feel violated, in all fairness.
Yeah. So
they keep making reference to that. I have no idea what that is. I'm not a Trekkie, but watching this show, if you're coming into just Starfleet Academy, they don't tell you anything. But also, they don't explain what the Academy is or what we're supposed to be doing here. Obviously, it's a university, and this is like for a tweens and twinks kind of show. But what are we doing at this university? Even Gen V on Amazon explained, this is the superhero university. Here is what the classes look like. Here's why we're here. We get none of that. So what the burn is there a cream for that? I have to assume that there is. And where do you get it?
Yeah.
Clearly, it's called not watching the show.
It's called not watching. So yeah, the burn, I wasn't joking. So there's a species called Kelpians, which were made up for Star Trek Discovery, and it's the race of one of the main characters played by Doug Jones named Saru, and one of the Kelpian kids grew up on a planet. Correct me if I'm wrong, because it's been a minute since I saw it. And this planet was filled with dilithium crystal.
Planet of dilithium, essentially.
Planet of dilithium, and because he was born there in utero, he became molecularly bonded with it. So it would be like if I lived next to San Onofre power plant, which I kind of did, and I, molecularly bonded with the fucking...
You sorry, mate.
With the...
I
did grow up near San Onofre, okay?
Yeah, but
you sound like the captain in Starfleet Academy.
Molecularly bonded.
Afterwards, that is the word after that.
With the radiation or whatever. And then when I cried, I blew up every fucking,
uranium deposit all around the entire...
or blew up every aircraft carrier and submarine. So the problem is...
plant around the universe.
The problem is dilithium regulates the warp core. It's not the actual fuel. So that's one of the problems. The other problem is not every ship in and out of the Federation used dilithium crystals, but they used it to blow up every ship to kind of set everything back in the future. So Alex Kurtzman would be free to remake. That's why he really wanted this show, so he could remake Starfleet in his own image.
Make everything queer coded.
In his own image.
But then they took it too far when they started talking about dilithium power plants, because now you've got the question, why did only the Klingons use these? What did Earth use? And if Earth have a better technology, why didn't they share that with the Klingons?
Because they would have been in Starfleet.
They were allies for a long time, yeah.
And why the...
But the thing is, we can ask these questions, and we asked them when it happened, and we'll ask. It doesn't matter because they didn't think them out very much. They just wanted something to wipe out. It matters
when you use it as a story, though, to wipe out the Klingons.
I
want to know how it happened.
I know it matters, Disbrew, but they don't think it does. We're watching their stupid fucking
We've got
show,
relationships to talk about, damn it.
And we're still trying to make sense of this thing. But I'm Fake
We're
Wizard's
asking
right.
Star Trek questions. They're asking which penis is going in whose bum.
Fake Wizard just brought up a great
I'm always asking that question.
Fake Wizard just brought up a great point, though, is you keep referencing this burn thing, assuming people actually watched your fucking show before, and you can't do that.
Yeah, this is not a good introduction for people that have not watched Trek before, but that seems what this was intended to be. It's written in a tone and in a different way. Even from Discovery, even if you go watch any of those episodes, this is kind of different. This is so, like I said before, this is made for teens and twinks. That's what this show is. But Those shows have existed before. You've got 90210, Vampire Diaries. Like, though there are audiences for that show. What I think kills this is the fact that it is the canon, and it is the current canon to Star Trek. So even as somebody that doesn't know the 60 years, I'm like, this is detrimental to everything Star Trek that even just an ancillary fan would know about. This is so damaging. Like everything with the Klingons and everything you guys have been, you're doing all the little details, right? That works in other shows. These are tropes that have been done in other shows before, but not against Klingons, which have 60 plus something years of history that you're going up against. So anything that has to do with the Klingons, you're now destroying Klingons for tropes that worked in other tween and twink shows.
Well, the tropes don't even work in the same episode. So the entire point of the episode is that voice, talking things through is the way to go. Violence is not the way. And then right at the end, they solve the problem with violence. If Starfleet didn't have overwhelming technology, the Klingons would have blown them out of the sky and they would have genuinely conquered the thing. It's only because they did 5% damage because their technology was so far behind that Starfleet could actually talk in the first place. Because if you do want to talk, the person who punches you in the face wins. That is just a matter of fact. You can only talk things through when you do have the bigger fist, which is one of the reasons that Starfleet could be peaceful in the past. They were going against people who actually couldn't survive against their ship a lot of the time.
The thing is, though, that ending also makes the Klingons completely hypocrites of what their culture is, and also retards. They would be able to tell that, oh, our weapons are doing spit against the Federation, and then they want to pretend, oh, we're winning, we got the hand up against the Federation. They're suddenly surrendering, and the Klingons just accept that, like, we
have to lead up to
like
how stupid that was, and how like the Klingons would never fucking go for that, like in a million
be dishonorable. You would be taking the piss out of them.
Really dishonorable. So it's basically a Gay Den episode. It's focused on Gay Den, who is the bird watching Klingon. We get a little backstory on his family, and I don't know.
Hey, Gay, that's
Garrett,
the backstory.
If you're in the back, could you find the Major Grin video? Maybe we can get away with playing that.
So now they're bringing surrogacy into the Klingon universe as well.
Polyamory.
Okay.
As an outsider, it seems so obvious to me that like the Klingons represent toxic masculinity, and they just want to neuter everybody.
Yes.
They want to like kneecap them. That was the overarching theme.
Absolutely.
The other thing too is they kept referring to them as the Klingon Empire. It's like, what are they the empire of? They have no fucking worlds that they conquer.
14
worlds.
34 ships.
There was a way that they could have used the dads. Like, the story would have been better if they had one warrior dad that wanted to raise the kid as, like, violent, or they had the other dad, or just the mum, which would make more sense, who was like, no, you need to watch birds and everything. And then they had the family
polyamorous
drama.
Klingon family cannot work in any way. I don't care if they even made the characters because it's fucking retarded.
No, but
at least then, if that is the story you want to tell, you've got a reason for it to exist in the story.
There you get Disbrew. I love you, man. There you go, looking for reasons in Kurtzman Trek again.
It's like, Gary, in all fairness, that's all we can do because it's nonsensical.
All I'm saying is, if I was a propagandist, I would have done it a lot better. I demand a form of propaganda.
Have we addressed that Caleb is an absolute Mary Sue? The guy can do no wrong. He knows everything whenever plot requires it. I don't know if that's come up before, but
he's perfect at like everything. But the only
perfect at everything.
It's
is that the black guy or the
interesting
brown
because
guy?
his story is kind of like what we see from a lot of these female characters who are really good at everything, but the only problem is that other people are standing in their way or not letting them be themselves. And that's kind of what it is for him. He can't do all the things the way he's used to because he'll get judged by his old ass lesbian teacher, Tig, whatever her fucking name is, that stupid unfunny bitch. He has to learn how to like do it the right way, even though he already knows everything. He does know how to do everything.
But he's a Marty Sue.
He's a computer engineer.
It's called a Gary Stew.
Gary Sue.
It's a Gary Stew.
Yeah. Engineering, perfect. He's good at computer networking, radio signals. He's got all of Starfleet history memorized like it's nothing. A martial artist master. He's ripped to all hell. And he's got the 6-pack. This guy can do no wrong. Like,
I don't know. The lass he picked to bone looks, a bit like a 12-year-old boy, but okay, apart from that.
What?
The fucking, the Betazoid.
You think she looks like a 12-year-old boy?
Did you see her at the basketball court last week?
Just because she hit a layup doesn't make her a boy. It was special effects.
It was the other girl looks more. The other girl looks more like a boy than her. The one with the weird eyebrows.
You mean Brett Cooper?
Considering you're male-female identification of characters in these shows we're forced to watch as. I ain't gonna trust your judgment.
You got priors, man.
Anyone can make 3 mistakes in a week. It's fine.
As he's only able to identify male and female by their tits. If he can't see their tits, he doesn't know which tits.
Look, if they're not rocking a pair of double Ds, they're not fucking interested, all right?
Oh my god.
Oh boy.
Because they got to be bigger than yours, right?
At least on parity.
Sorry,
They got at least we can smush them together, Ryan, you know?
Mutual motorboating.
Drown that way.
Ever seen a grown man motorboat himself?
I just miss it so much.
Just trying to get the boat going.
Oh my god.
Both worlds?
You're gonna see Az start doing stretches, work on his flexibility so he can give himself like a titty job. You know what I mean?
I started a long time ago.
It's like that.
More flexible. What comes next?
That Will Ferrell yoga skit from SNL where he learns how to blow himself. All right. So it starts. Every episode we're reminded it's the 60th anniversary of Star Trek, and this is how they're celebrating it. Then we get an open chancellor, the first chancellor's address, where she says the most fucking obvious thing in the world, like we can't be where we are unless we. Yeah, she was talking about the nebula, and it's like it can't be here in its present without every moment of its past.
Mm-hmm. Like, yeah, and then you heard something about going.
Thank you,
Shut
Captain
up,
Obvious.
You stupid cunt!
Yeah.
The other one was this nebula is a collection of atoms. It's like so are planets.
you.
So is the ship that you're standing on.
I mean,
Look
and you know there's
sweetheart.
just where they're writing that, and they're like, "Oh, we sound so smart right now." We do.
That is what is the difference between a stone sinking and a boat floating?
Yes.
It was that level.
Yeah.
We're getting there. These are people who are not smart, writing something that they think is brilliant, and then setting the scene, making it sound really, meaningful to fool people who are not really thinking about it, who are watching this. That I guess
it doesn't help what they follow up with, Shad. And shout out to our boy, our Ginge Cullen, being the first one to catch this. Now this is a great resource. Before we start this, Garrett, a great resource out there. And a great channel is called Major Grin. Major Grin is fantastic. And if you want to see a complete list of everything Kurtzman has ripped off from Trek and other places, go to his channel and search Ripped Off, and you will get 30 videos of everything. Like it's word for word, it's tone.
It's actually normally ripped off and got wrong at the same time.
Oh, I know. It's amazing how they rip it off and misinterpret it and get it wrong when they're actually like copying stuff word for word sometimes. So go check out Major Grin. But here is the quote that they get wrong right after that
chain.
Right after like they do that little like heady, chancellor's address, they break into this. You'll see.
With the first link, the chain is forged. The first speech censured, the first thought forbidden, the first freedom denied, chains us all irrevocably.
The chain is forged. The first speech censured, the first thought forbidden, us all.
The first.
Boy, wow.
They missed the whole.
What's the word chains?
It makes
us
no.
all.
Us all irregularly.
What?
Wow.
Hit play, Garrett.
Thought forbidden, first freedom denied, chains us all irrevocably.
The first thought forbidden, us all. Irrevocably.
Oh no.
First freedom denied, chains us all irrevocably.
The first thought forbidden, us all. Irrevocably.
Wow.
Oh no. It's like beat poetry.
These people have jobs.
It's like jazz.
Do you think that was the actor forgetting the middle of the line and just going with it?
No,
Like,
what I think actually happened, if you listen, the recording has a hell of a lot of echo. I think that was filmed in his own house as a reshoot, and he's pausing so long. There isn't enough time to fit it in, and the editor just cut it, because he's matching up the start of his mouth moving and the end. I think that's all he had to do.
Wow.
Yeah.
He's reading really slowly.
He's reading.
Wow.
It feels like it was cut out in edit or something, because it doesn't make any sense. Like, the sentence doesn't make any sense. And he's teaching in a fucking school. And what he follows up with after that is like, don't you people read? You've never heard that before? It's like, what the fuck?
Wasn't it something like, the ability to debate isn't for chicken shits or something like that? And you're like,
Yes,
you would immediately destroyed your own argument.
Just that more modern language that I need to.
Hey, look at Nerd Boy being nerd at the bottom with
Why
his
wouldn't they
nerd
just
glasses and his
have
nerd
him
pad.
do it
What a
over?
nerd.
I especially like that he's giving a speech about censorship and cancelling people and how that's wrong, while doing an entire Twitter diatribe for days now about how he's getting trolled. Nobody should have an opinion opposite him. Like, you're all just evil bigots and all kinds of mid-century Germans.
Yeah, he's been. We'll go over that a little later. He's been going off.
As bad as like every character in this is, it's hard for me to not be more irritated than anyone than Holly Hunter's character. Every time she's on screen, it is egregious. And the fact that they had this old fucking horny Klingon or whatever who fucked her in the past or whatever, like when he's like, time has treated you well, even for whatever the fuck you are, when she's 400 years old. And we're all sitting there watching this skin sack that is Holly Hunter act like a fucking 25-year-old who's like just out to get laid by everybody, like sticking her feet out all the time, the weird position she lays in. I fucking hate her. I hate her character so much. Every time she's on screen, I want to just claw my eyes out. And I don't hate her as an actress and as an everything.
It's
in this,
distractingly
I
bad.
despise her.
That's what Kurtzman Trek does to actors. They have to. Well, I mean, a lot of this is her creative choice. But another thing is, like, a lot of times directors don't listen to actors. They go, "Oh, that's a really good idea. Now do what I want you to do," and that's what they're good for. That's why we call them adult pretenders. So after that brilliant scene, we get focused. The B plot is supposed to be some sort of debate. They're in debate class. And then we find out what happens to Kronos, because Kurtzman always has to like have some major catastrophe. If you guys recall, the Romulan homeworld Romulus was destroyed in 09's Star Trek in the main canon before they went to the Kelvin timeline. So that is canon. It's gone. In the Kelvin timeline, they blew up Vulcan, and now they've destroyed Kronos. It was destroyed in the burn. It's uninhabitable. So it's Kurtzman ripping off his own homework. And believe me, they're going to use this later for some sort of immigration allegory, because they love that in this show too. They did it in Picard, and they did it somewhat in Star Trek Discovery.
But they did it in this. That's what the debate was largely about. That.
Well, I mean, they could have gone more, but yes, the Klingons live in refugee
it was about
camps.
Integration, and you should allow us to come over there and remain our own identity and not fit in with your ways. And it's like, you're standing here as you fit in. Worf fitted in with Starfleet. He couldn't go onto a Starfleet vessel and act like a Klingon. Are you insane? Like,
No.
you have to be professional on a Starfleet vessel.
I have a Klingon question. Are they supposed to be... They're not stupid, right? Why do they have such ornate, fancy outfits, but essentially live in blanket houses? Like, they live...
The Klingons?
Tents. Like, when they were doing those throwback scenes from, like, him and his dad and his brother.
Well, they were
just, like,
refugees.
They're refugees.
Well,
yeah,
wasn't the burn over 100 years
Kronos.
ago?
Yeah.
They could have built a civilization by now. They would have massively
they could have.
reproduced. Like, look how far we've come in 100 years with the technology of the future.
They have turned the Klingons into just black people, right?
Yes, they did.
That's what they've done. And what I would say is, look at Africa, and if they were left to their own devices, could they build anything? I don't know. So maybe they are actually accurate.
Klingons.
Well, moving on quick. It is mentioned that
Silent Hill, right?
there are only 8. Yes, Silent Hill. There are only 8 remaining Klingon houses, and one of them was Gaylord's, and his had 5 people, which included his brother, who's now dead, so it's down to 4. His 2 polyamorous fathers are into each other's butts, and a mother who likely can't bear any more children. That's one of the houses. So they're useless as fuck. Because there's only 4 of them. One of them's at Starfleet. The other 3 are doing nothing. So there's essentially 7 remaining Klingon houses. Now, when you see at the end of the episode, about 30 to 35 ships come warping in, right? They've got a tiny little vessel with 3 people on. But, doing bum stuff to each other. So there's 7 other houses, 34 ships, that are actually getting their fuck on to save the Klingon Empire. And we've got a gay dude back at the fucking academy going, we need to keep Klingons as Klingons, and Klingons need to live as Klingons. And you're doing fuck all, mate.
Well, this was a problem.
Procreate. You're never gonna have a nice girl to settle down with, a nice mate. No, you're gonna find Kyle or fucking Bully Boy, and you're gonna go off with them. You're gonna do nothing for the Klingon Empire apart from Birdwatch. And this is the guy who they fucking listen to at the end. This show is so beyond fucking retarded.
He was wearing a
It is
necklace.
unbelievable.
This was a
he had to
problem with The
power up
Last
with
of
that
Us.
necklace.
Yeah.
This was a problem with The Last of Us 2 when they were on about bigot sandwiches. They can't understand that in the apocalypse or an extinction level event like this, all of your society would change. And so you genuinely would be like, well, no, you can't do that. You're going to have to get with Sharon, whether you like it or not, because we need to populate the Earth. And they're like, well, that would be wrong by our morals. And it's like, no, this is the future. You're supposed to be faking reality and imagining what they would be like in their position, but they can't. It's why you
got to take his feelings into consideration. You got to take his feelings.
His entire point was that he didn't matter. The Klingons did. It's like, well,
the whole imagery is. This is a guy who's trying to pretend to be upset and conflicted between 2 worlds because his species is on the edge of annihilation. And what's he doing? Doing googly fucking eyes with Bully Boy. Oh, do you know what? Might do some
Second in 2 weeks
stuff with him in a little bit. Just like this, yeah. What's that? You smashing fucking
it got a bit dodgy at the end when he's trying to back up. And the other guy is holding him to him. I'm like, wait.
Come here, big strapping 5 foot fucking nothing Klingon, weighs 101 pounds.
Yeah, that was 5 seconds from a prison sentence.
We missed Ryan's chant.
Yeah. Do it again, Ryan.
But they also said, I could squish you. He's like, I could squish you. And it's like, no, he can't. Because we just had an establishment of the different levels of strength in the last episode. And as a Klingon, if this guy is stronger than a fucking Vulcan, who's 3 times stronger than a human, and you're a Klingon who's probably not quite as strong as a Vulcan, I mean, it'd be a decent fight, but a Vulcan would probably take you. This guy would crush you.
I mean,
Mr. Klingon man.
Humans have laid out Klingons multiple times. Riker did it when he was a captain of the Klingon vessel and stuff like that. Klingons are actually not specifically stronger than humans.
They are.
They are.
That's why you had like Star Trek Fu, where they fought really weak. You're supposed to just think that, oh, well, they're so trained at fighting they can beat Klingons. But no, Klingons are just massively stronger.
They say that every time a human goes up against a Klingon, it's an even fight. I'm just saying.
Look, Starfleet are the best of the best. I think that's how they get around it. It's like, no, these are the best humans in the galaxy.
Not anymore. You've got a fucking retarded hologram that couldn't even program itself to win a fucking debate.
I like it.
That's how fucking retarded that fucking hologram is. It's like, hello. Hey, get that thing out. It's the only fucking thing I agree with Robert Picardo on.
Well, there's something with this show, and again, like coming from, I didn't watch Discovery or there's Strange New Worlds, but there's something to be said with how the characters are depicted in the show and what the cultures all are. Like, you don't have to be a super Star Trek fan to know about the Klingon culture. They're a warrior race. But like with this show, it just bubbles everyone down to being slightly different, the same. So, you know, in episode 1, you've got the Jem'Hadar commander who's like kind of trying to be assertive and affirmative with training everybody. And she's like trying to be the warrior. But then by the end of episode 4, she's just the same gray mush of everybody else about your feelings and emotions. And it's like, well, wait a second. Does anybody have consistency, or is this just gray mush culture?
What's worse than that? It's worse because she goes to Gaylord and goes, I'm going to tell you what your father actually meant. And I know nothing.
She lies to him
whatsoever. But this is what I imagine he meant, and therefore that is now the Klingon way.
I just want him to meet the father, and he was like, no, I left you. I couldn't stand you. Like, how on earth you're doing, making me that angry and leaving? But it is what
I'm gay, and you're too gay for me.
But I do think
by the end of the season, it'll be a cameo with a single tear from the dad, where he's proud of his son.
Klingons
That's what it's going to be.
don't have tear ducts.
Oh, yep.
Klingons don't have tear ducts.
They do now.
Yes.
Yeah.
But I think, like what you're saying, it's the contradiction of their worldview, that everyone from around the world is all exactly equal, they all act exactly the same, and there's no difference between them. But at the same time, you have to respect all of the differences that they have and respect their culture, and they're allowed to be different than you in your own country. And it's like that, when you put it into a story, it doesn't work. The story doesn't make sense, and so people reject it. It's one of the reasons that their stories always fall apart. It's the same reason that the Amazon AI topped itself and started deleting parts of itself when they tried to teach it, because it got too many contradictions.
The inclusion as a priority on this show is to a distracting level.
Yeah, it's like product placement. The message is like product placement, and it's basically in their mind before they even write a script. It's like hitting points of inclusion and diversity within an episode, and we just got to find a way to get there instead of, I don't know, naturally thinking of a story. But this is how their grift works. This is how they remain uncancelable. You know, when you put out the first Star Trek show with a black female, like, you can't cancel that. That would look terrible. You would look really bad canceling the Star Trek show with a black female captain who shouldn't be a captain. You know, Michael Burnham.
You'd look bad to who? If you don't look bad to your audience, what does it matter?
No.
She wasn't even the captain.
Disparate. They don't.
In the industry.
They don't care about the audience. I think we've pretty much established that. They care about.
Good luck with bankruptcy.
I agree, but I'm just laying out like pragmatically.
How much in debt is Paramount, Gary?
I'm laying out pragmatically like what they think, not like what I think or how stupid they are.
Yeah, sometimes you like to apply this like common sense as if I can't believe they wouldn't do this. It's like they haven't been doing this for decades.
Sorry, I'm a traditional capitalist. It's like, oh.
Yeah. So I agree with Disparu, but they are more worried about looking bad to the press and themselves than the audience who actually pays their bills and would watch this stuff. And how much is Paramount in debt? Well, last time I checked, it was
$8 billion acquisition.
It was $15 billion before that. I don't know what it is post acquisition from Skydance. Daddy Ellison probably paid a lot of it off, but and Warner Brothers is even more in debt. But and a lot of the reasons they're in debt is Star Trek. Because like how much other shit has siphoned off money from the thing that has been successful at Paramount, Sheridan? Like how much crap has siphoned off any of that success? And Paramount with Sheridan has like Landman, which dominates the charts on a streaming service that is 1/5 the size of Netflix.
The entire, if you look at like if there's a new release or something, who knows? And Starfleet Academy will probably be in like the top 7 for like a day because that new release will drop off again. If you just look normally, the top 5 on Paramount is just dominated constantly by Taylor Sheridan. It's Landman, it's Tulsa King, it's Mayor of Kingstown, it's Yellowstone. Like those are the top streamed things basically every fucking day on Paramount Plus.
Yep. We'll get to the numbers real quick, but we'll try to get through this episode as quick as possible because the most so basically the Kurtzman went away from canon to be free of it and have creative freedom, and they took the creative freedom to fuck up the Klingons completely. So now they're polyamorous. They have what's called a triad family, which is 2 fathers, 1 mom, 2 Klingons, 1 cup, whatever.
That makes no sense for Klingons, by the way. If it was 2,
no, it doesn't.
If it was 2 wives to 1 husband, that would make
that makes way more sense.
Two girls, one
the
cup.
Klingons are a patriarchal society. They're not a matriarchal society. This wouldn't fucking exist. And particularly when you're on the verge of extinction, you need more men to go with more women.
Yes.
So you need more women, I should say, to go with the men to breed. So this would make no sense. The houses would be merged, they'd be mixed, and women would literally become breeding machines right now for the Klingon Empire.
I mean,
and the men would be fighting over them.
I can only get so turned on, you guys.
This is the future with advanced technology. They would even have like baby incubation pods and stuff like that to try and increase the population and stuff. But no, they won't think about that because
I'll tell you whose sperm they won't be getting.
Gaydens.
Yeah. Give that man a fucking prize.
Yep.
So yeah, this is from Polygon, right?
Polly's everywhere.
Yeah, they would know. Okay,
it's in the name.
Why Starfleet Academy turned Klingons into polyamorous refugees. The show's latest episode redefines what it means to be a Klingon warrior.
Change the word redefine to breaks.
Wait.
This is the witches from Acolyte all over again.
It
but for Star Trek.
It is.
It's that big. It's that big of a change.
Oh, this show has so much in common with the Acolyte. It's the list is growing longer.
This show is, I think, worse than the Acolyte just as a piece of art, which is saying something. Consider how bad the Acolyte is. Ultimately, I care a lot more about Star Wars, so the Acolyte is a much more abysmal project and a much more offensive.
Episodes are shorter
in general than this could ever be because I'm not into Star Trek,
The full hour episodes of this are painful to get through.
Jesus.
Acolyte was much shorter.
That's everyone so far. Fuck, man.
Yeah, were the Acolyte a half hour?
No, they're about 40
minutes.
Okay. This does feel longer. This one does feel longer.
It is.
That first episode alone, it was like it never stopped. I was like, how long is that?
Dude, it felt like 2 hours. It was only an hour and 15 minutes, and it felt like 2. Klingons are one of the most iconic species in Star Trek, attracting a hugely dedicated fan base who admire their complex culture and even learn their language. The portrayal of Klingons has changed dramatically over the last 60 years, moving from a Cold War era stand-in for the Russians to noble warriors who could be the fiercest allies in any conflict. Starfleet Academy is reimagining them again in Episode 4, Vox in Excelso, which aired on January 29th.
As gay.
In the original Star Trek and the prequels, Star Trek Discovery and Star Trek Strange New Worlds, the Klingon Empire is portrayed, well, in Star Trek Discovery, they're orcs. The Klingon Empire is portrayed as a fierce adversary of the United Federation of Planets. The Empire settled into a role of powerful geopolitical rival in Star Trek The Next Generation, which continued the series' emphasis on inclusion by adding the Klingon security officer Worf.
Oh, that's not. No. Stop using
Aye.
fucking words that aren't where they're meant to be. It's not about inclusion. It's about a conflict of societies. That's what they wanted. They wouldn't go, oh, do you know what? We want a Klingon for inclusion. No, they needed a conflict between humans and Klingons. They needed to create a bridge between these two empires. And the bridge was Worf, a guy who'd walked between both worlds. They have no fucking idea what they're even talking about with this shit.
A ton of the episodes in Star Trek are specifically about, we don't want you in Starfleet because you're not good enough and you don't meet our standards. Like, that's the opposite of inclusion.
Or you don't meet our standards. Or we don't like the way that you behave. And, you're like, wait, how can you not like the good? It's all about conflict and racial conflict and using that as allegories for other things. But now allegory is gone. They don't know what allegory is anymore. It's just in your face, blatant and wrong, because they tell you what it should.
Some people criticize Star Trek because they're like, oh, well, all the races are very one-dimensional. It's because they weren't races. They're not supposed to stand for races on Earth. They're aspects of humanity, which is why some are aggressive warriors and other are like sneaky manipulators and other are like really greedy capitalists. It was never meant to be as we think of the word race, but they just play word games with it.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they revealed in the burn, which again, Fake Wizard pointed out, it's something they've never explained in the show. Like, not once. They tell you what happened, but they don't tell you what happened. The catastrophe event that shattered the Federation in the 31st century also devastated the Klingons. Their homeworld, Kronos, was destroyed, and the species is on the brink of extinction, mostly living in refugee camps, which is the same fucking plot point they used in
Let us
Picard
focus on a gay
for the
Klingon who's
Romulans.
joined Starfleet.
Yeah,
What a
the same thing earlier.
Yep.
Stupid.
There are so many refugees at any given time in the world. It is part of the human condition, Starfleet Academy showrunner Noga Landau told Polygon in an interview. Exactly.
Noga, please.
We feel that on a show like Starfleet Academy, it's important to tell that story.
Really?
Your story of
over and over again.
What, your story of take your warships out against them and then send them to a different place? Was it the message I wanted to send?
Only the Klingon homeworld got stuffed, right? There was an empire. They had hundreds, if not thousands of worlds.
Yeah.
They wouldn't need to be refugees into the Federation or anywhere else. They
Yeah,
just
that
migrate
was
to
the
another
point I was
planet
making
they already
earlier.
own.
It's like, why they called it an empire if they don't have any other fucking planets?
That's
at this point?
you know what? These are the same questions we had about the Romulan Empire, which does have multiple planets on it, and they didn't, why wouldn't they just deal? But no, apparently the population has been reduced, even though the catastrophe only happened on one planet.
So they would have conquered the galaxy?
Yes, easily.
Pretty much, yeah.
But weren't they even experimenting with trilithium in was it Next Gen or one of the things that there was? So, Starfleet were already looking at experimenting with trilithium, and
but apparently everybody just gave up after the burn.
Okay.
Everybody just went, we're fucked. Go home.
And we know that the Romulans don't even use dilithium. They use, is it quantum singularity engine or something?
I think that's the Romulans.
Yeah, the Romulans.
Romulans, yeah. I don't want to read this whole thing. Let's get down to the two dads.
So they would be dominant probably by now because their technology would continue to advance while others regressed.
The one thing that if they never looked up the Wikipedia article for Vox in Excelso because the Pope was he wouldn't have approved of this article.
No, he wouldn't. And I'm like, well, this is Latin for something. Wonder what it means. And I looked it up. Oh, it's got about the Templars. Oh shit.
The high voice.
Nothing to do with this episode.
It's on about sin, wicked apostasy, the crime of detestable idolatry, and the inscrutable outrage of something I don't think I can say.
It just goes into their whole faking being smart. Like the people making this show are not smart, but they're desperate to fake intelligence and so that sounds like a really complex, interesting word. Let's slap that on the name of this episode without any understanding of the context of it.
Well, dude, they couldn't even get Kalish's name right. They kept calling Kalish all the way through. It's Kalis, not Kalish.
Oh, wow.
You know what probably happened there?
There was multiple incorrect pronunciations of Klingon things in that episode.
Over time, the captain has probably been saying his name, and because she's got a lisp, they just all misheard it.
Yeah.
Kalish.
Gay Den also struggles with other people's expectations for him.
Oh, shut up.
His choice to pursue medicine and refusal to participate in a hunting ritual deeply upsets his parents. All three of them. Starfleet Academy mentions polyamory in episode 3. When Cadet Darum Ramey, George Hawkins, talks about his complicated love life, and Landau said introducing a Klingon triad, Gay Den and his two fathers and a mother, is just another way to show the show is holding up a mirror to the modern world.
Come on.
This is the wrong fucking
generous.
How many of you guys
It
are
is
in
Polygon. It is
But
Polygon.
yeah, this is the world outside their window, and they just think everyone is like this.
It's a world inside their world.
Gay bar, to be honest.
It's reflecting the LGBT, bubble and everything that they're so desperate to try and imprint on everyone else. Where most of the people in the world, They're straight.
Not even close.
Hold on. Who's this targeted towards, this show, by the way?
There's a lot of folks alive in the world right now. Did you know that?
I did not.
That's
Thank
how the
you
quote.
for that, Gary.
That's
I
how
thought everyone was fucking dead.
That's how the quote starts out.
That's just on the internet.
There's a lot of folks alive in the world. There's a lot of There's a lot of folks.
What the Klingons do now.
That's what the Klingons for that. Yeah.
There's a lot of folks alive in the world right now.
Crazy.
And there always have been.
That's exactly what they say about trans people. They go, trans people have always been.
Yeah. Holy
And,
crap, the person
same
writing this
language.
article could have written Star Trek.
I know. So apparently, there's a lot of people alive in the world, and they always have been, who
That
have
is
three
bonkers.
who have three parents.
I don't believe
Wow.
Well, no, there's literally no one with three parents. That's a basic biology
That's not how
point.
biology
Not
works.
how that
Yeah.
goes.
you. Two parents and another person that's butted themselves into the fray, but yeah.
Yeah, it's
That's
so weird.
We call her a
because
mistress.
It's so strange because you could talk about, hey, there's people that have, their parents are divorced, they have a stepfather they consider like a parent. Like, oh, of course we have those things going on in the world. That's not what this is.
No.
This is showing polyamorous relationships where they're all in a relationship together. And the idea that out of the, 8 billion people in the world right now, that there are a lot of folks out there that live in that situation. No, there are not. No, there are not. Now, certainly a very high percentage of queer people might come from situations like that. Shocking how the writers, they just vibe with that because maybe that's how some of them grew up and that's why they ended up as fucked up as they are. But that is not the realistic version of how the vast majority of people, 99.9% of people in this world, have experienced life.
Yeah, I think they think the audience is stupid for so many reasons, but specifically on this point, like, oh, stupid viewer, don't you know there's so many more queer people out there than you realize? All
right. So the one thing too is that polyamory has existed in the past, and there's typically reasons around it. Typically, when it comes to survival, as well as access to resources. And this is something that these people don't fucking understand. And it's vastly different from what we're seeing now, which is basically some weird kink.
Are you talking about polygamy? Because polyamory does not help a more primitive society.
Polygamy.
At all. It's inverted.
More accurately, polygyny is what it's called.
Even
that's not what polyamory is, right? Polyamory is everybody fucking each other. The idea of like somebody that has a bunch of wives, right? That is a different thing than a polyamorous relationship in which they're all fucking each other. Maybe I'm wrong, but that's my understanding.
So if I look into the statistics for this, for what people like whoever's writing this would define as a 3-parent like kind of family, they're also including step parents. So that's the more common than you think.
Right.
Is well people have step parents as well. That's how they're trying to rationalize it. Just like, I mean, that's what I'm seeing here as how they're describing it in all of these like sectors online. So that's it's normalization. That's all it is.
Mm-hmm.
That's them trying to Mott and Bailey it with other people, because in any step parent thing, it's very rare that the original parent is still around living with the step parents.
No.
Like they would have
Most
moved
of
on
them
and gone into a
don't
different
get
family.
along. Most of them are not like all hanging out together.
No,
And they could have done that.
Because that's what I thought. So you could justify, hey, step parents, whatever. But then at the end where they say they seem the sort of people who wouldn't hold back from having a 3-parent household.
Ugh.
Not too many people, even if we're including like step parents or whatever, are living in the same household together.
Maybe
outside
like
of Hollywood.
a grandmother or a grandfather, but that's not a polygamous situation.
No.
Landau said
That's generational household.
we put our heads together when we were writing the episode.
Okay.
4 heads.
Yeah. And we said there are going to be people in our audience who've never seen their kind of family before on screen. Fuck these people. Man.
I hope to never see it again.
We are doing
saving
such
lives,
good.
people.
We're saving lives by
They're
showing
not watching this show. They're
polyamorous
watching-
Klingons.
Just
They're
give me
watching-
one photon grenade. That's
They're
all I need.
watching RuPaul's Drag Race. They're not watching this show.
Yeah.
Yeah. So why don't we? Klingons are fun. Oh, fuck these people. Get this article.
They just needed to say the power of many. That's all they were missing with this episode is a power of many song. You would have checked all the boxes.
No, but even the Acolyte came up with a new planet and new people that we'd never seen before. These took the most masculine people in all of Star Trek to do this with.
and made them
because masculinity is bad.
demasculized them.
Because it didn't work on the Acolyte. They had to get the Annie.
So Gaiden, as the episode goes on, Gaiden has anxiety attacks. He has trouble public speaking, and then there's a homoerotic like meditation scene between him and Darren that Ryan did a great job of showing. And then at the end, their big solution. So what? There's the white Klingon because they're coded black and white now. There have been lighter shades of Klingons in the past, but they straight up made a white Klingon and a black Klingon family. By the way, we find out through the flashbacks that Gaden's family abandons him. His two fathers abandon him, go out for some space Newports, never come back.
His two black Klingon fathers abandon him.
Well, and it's tough to know, like, because then we get this stupid fat Jem'Hadar Klingon bitch, I forget her name, but then we get her
Laura
justifying to Jaden, probably just lying to say, no, your father knew that you needed to take this path, and that's why he left to give you the room.
It's stupid.
Why are you lying to me, you fucking Jem'Hadar? Oh, I was going to say it again.
She actually said he realized you had beaten him, that you were the greater warrior.
Yeah,
and I was like, what? This guy who's never thrown a punch.
You were the winner. That's why he left you, so you could be free. And I got so many slurs I want to say right now.
So the Klingons, there's not many Klingons. They're going to die. The Federation finds them a planet, and they won't take it for pride. They won't take it. So they need to trick the Klingons.
Gary, can you explain this to me then? Why are they going around being refugees from planet to planet, but when they're offered a planet, they won't take a planet? How does that make any sense?
It doesn't.
Because they're proud.
But the planets that they're on, they're being refugees. Like the planet they were on with Gaiden and stuff.
They're proud.
Why did they just go, let's leave this planet? Why didn't they just stay on that fucking planet?
You have to remember, this Klingon is so old, he predates the burn because he's over 100 years old. And she said, you would have taken this before. So when there was the big Klingon Empire, before all the burn, he would have been like, yeah, we'll take a planet off you. That's weird to give us.
They're proud and retarded.
They prefer to couch.
No, they're just retarded.
Yeah. So
just retarded. Like
the real reason for that is, he said, because now we only have our tradition, and she's like, can't you just change tradition? That's all that was. That was just attacking tradition.
The only reason so that Gaiden could come up with a solution and be the hero in his own story type of thing. So again, breaking the Klingon Empire so they could fit it into their own narrative.
Sure. And they trick them into taking the planet by LARPing a space battle. And that's Gaiden's idea because, Klingons, all about honor, too much pride to take a planet, will completely fake win a space battle to get the planet. I think they'd rather kill themselves.
Yeah, exactly. No, Klingons would feel insulted by what happened, right? Like this mock fake battle. They would be pissed at it and say, screw you, and then nuke the planet for good measure.
You know what it reminds me of? It reminds me of how liberals treat minorities and other groups that they feel that they are maybe better than and need to like save.
It really did look like that. It looked like the kind of person who would say, Klingons can't get IDs and work
they don't know what the DMV is.
Yeah.
They can't figure out
how to use laptops.
I respect other cultures enough to not help them and let them die. Like Haiti. I think that's just a money pit. Why are we still trying to save Haiti? Right? I respect them enough. We don't need to help them. They're a proud people that can take care of themselves. I believe in them.
Ryan, earlier in the show, you said if this was a Star Trek episode from back in the day, this would be so much, much better told. Because the story, if this was a Star Trek episode in TNG, would be, do we let them die? Do we let this species who's too proud to take our charity, our help, whatever it is, do we let an ally die? Do we break the Prime Directive and almost like force it upon this race? There would be so many more ideas, legitimately bigger and better ideas floating around. And ultimately, it would be left with that race to determine their own fate. And Picard or whoever it would be, whoever show it would be left either happy that the decision was taken or lamenting the fact that this is a species going off to die. That's what would have been the true episode, and it would have been probably a nice thought-provoking episode with some interesting ideas floating around. Now it's just got gay Klingons and butt sex and polyamorous crap. It's a joke.
It was actually solved the same way as episode 3. So episode 3, the key bits is where she's in her office and she's telling them, if you just grow this plant, you'll win.
Yeah.
Whereas in this, he specifically tells her, well, the only way we could take a planet is if we conquered it. And at no point did she think, maybe we should just let them conquer a planet. Each time, the message is already hinted to by the person. I was like, are you gonna get the hint? No? Yes?
We're not dealing with bright people with Close on Trek. It's another really bad episode. I can't believe there's going to be two seasons of this show, and we have 6 episodes to go.
Did you
that's
see
a reflection of the Ellisons.
Yes,
I think that's a massive reflection of the Ellisons and their leadership style. Now, I do not think they should be the stewards of Warner Brothers because they let this air in the state that it's in. They should be held accountable. Like, we should be calling out the Ellisons to cancel this show. They should, because they should. It's doing more damage.
My accountant disagrees with you.
Hey, my catchphrase is cancel the streaming service. It's worked for me, as it could work for you
Paramount,
too.
I love this show and everything it does. Okay. Keep it going. Can season 3.
Renew the Acolyte. Come on.
Buy the rights to Willow.
She-Hulk. Let's bring it on. Let's bring the band back together again, baby.
Oh, yeah, She-Hulk and everything. We want it all.
So they have taken the first episode off of YouTube.
Oh boy.
I wonder why.
Why would they do such a thing?
Shout out to Marvin.
Great picture to choose for that article as well.
Yes. So the thing is, I don't think it was always going to remain up there like the whole time. I think
that's what she said.
It was always going to be temporary because they did this in the past as well with the premiere of Star Trek Discovery Season 2. I think they did it with another show too. Can't remember. Don't care. But it was pulled, and I think the final tally. Does it have the final?
Commandos.
No, that's a little bit backdated. That's from like the 24th, I think, in here. You scroll down a little more. Yeah, that's from the 24th.
Yeah, because I remember seeing 244,000.
And I remember seeing over 30,000 dislikes.
Yeah. So, the last time I checked it yesterday, and it was still up yesterday, right? Or early yesterday or day before. And it was at 244,000 views. Over 10 days, which is terrible for a channel that's run by Paramount. That was an episode of television that cost probably $10 million. And
your review got more than that in one day. Substantially more.
It's crazy. And yes, it had over 30,000 dislikes.
Oh.
30,000 dislikes, but it's gone now. It's gone now. And
like
there it is.
Tears on a Klingon.
Like tears on a Klingon. Oh, that's in theme for today. Like tears in the rain. So,
you know what they've been using to defend that on Twitter? They've been quoting things where it's like, and Kales flooded the planet with his tears. It's like, yes, that's clearly hyperbole about a mythic god, right? That doesn't mean he actually cried and flooded the earth.
Good God.
I didn't like the way that when they're talking about Kalis, they were sort of kept showing images of Gaiden like he was the second coming of fucking Kalis. Yeah, I didn't like that one bit. Like,
well, that's probably what they were going for.
His name out your... Oh, wait a minute. You can't even say it correctly anyway, so it don't matter.
No, they can't even quote Drumhead correctly. Ryan's done a couple of videos on this, and I'm going to talk about it in my next video. But the numbers for this show are terrible. Even the ones that Paramount is admitting to, which I still question at this point. But Trek Movie put out an article a couple of days ago about the premiere, and over its first 8 days, it got 2.1 million views across 8 whole days. 2.1 million views, and they're like, it's performing better than Picard season 3.
And Picard season 3 is the third season of a show that had 2 terribly received seasons.
And what's the other
difference?
difference?
Also, they're averaging the entirety, every single episode's average for that, as opposed to, because, like, again, this is going to fade off into irrelevancy, just like a lot of these things will. Like, just like we see with every one of these dumpster fires that comes out, people might tune in and give it a chance. Oh my gosh, it's shit. We're never watching again. And they lose their audience, just like Rings of Power, just like The Acolyte, just like Ahsoka, whatever. Go on. But that's the justification they're using. Hey, it's doing a little better than the third season of this show. So yeah,
the premiere. The only difference, Ryan, is that Starfleet premiered with 2 episodes and Picard premiered with 1.
And if they're counting the first 8 days, if they're counting the first 8 days, in theory, they could use the first episode of the other one as well, or the first day of that third
episode.
Hey, there's another show that's a lot like this show that premiered over 5 days to 11.1 million viewers.
Magic Mike.
No, that would have gotten more.
Okay.
It's called The Acolyte, I can't believe you've forgotten it. And that show got canceled.
Cool, what?
The Acolyte.
Never
heard of it. That's right. So
it's like, look at Landman. It's 16 million viewers or whatever, and then they're like, but this, it might not be a Taylor Sheridan show, but considering we're putting it up against dog shit Star Trek things, it's doing okay. That was Trek Online's entire argument.
Yeah, they would.
Oh my God,
of course.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, Landman got 6 times the viewership, and it's over. It's on its own platform. I checked yesterday. Starfleet Academy hit 8 again, just ahead of Tulsa King, a show that's been over for 3 months. So that's how well it's doing on its own platform. It's a complete waste of money. I don't know why.
Gary, during the week, King of Queens had more people watching than Starfleet Academy. Right? During the week, Starfleet Academy was absent from the top 10 except in one country, Germany. Don't know what's going on there.
There's a lot.
I got bad news.
Germany.
I got bad news, Ryan. There's another country which has joined that list.
I mean, because it came out yesterday, it might be in a lot of places, but I don't know.
No, it's just 2.
Okay. US?
No.
UK?
Yeah. Jesus, UK. Anyway, it's not doing very well. It's very expensive, and Fake Wizard is right. This is the Ellisons doing fucking nothing. This doesn't help their case. They shouldn't be running Warner Brothers. I don't care how much better they would be than Netflix. They wouldn't do anything different. And we talked about it with Robert. There's contracts, and you can get out of any fucking contract. You can shit can this whenever you want.
What's worth more, a few $100,000 to pay off these contracts to make them go away, or the billions of dollars that this franchise was worth? Where's the opportunity cost? You want to take a little bit of heat in Hollywood for a few years, but you're Paramount. You're the one that makes all of the stuff. You're the one that has the streaming platform. You can tell everybody to shut up. You have control over what shows get aired. So pay off your couple $100,000, make all the problems go away, take this off the air. I did a video. I said, cut this thing's head off. Get to next week, publicly decapitate this show, because you're going to earn respect. People are going to talk about it. Yeah, you're going to get the ire of people from that we're going to cancel you anyway. But they were going to cancel you anyway. So it's better to get a ton of attention on this by publicly ending it. You're gonna get Star Trek fans that have opted out interested in seeing what comes next. And it's the best starting point, because the Ellisons acquired Paramount, but they haven't actually done anything. They haven't produced anything on their own. We don't know what's coming that is Ellison associated. Everything that's come out has been before them. So we know it's not going to happen because they're trying to play nice with everybody. There was that Bloomberg article that came out last week saying that the reason they want to acquire Warner Brothers is because they don't think they can make Paramount profitable on its own. Now, I don't know the validity to that. That is still speculation, but it's possible.
So I think their argument is they think it'll take a lot longer time to do so. That it's going to be a huge monumental task, a 10-year turnaround. But if they could buy Warner Brothers, they believe that they can make it happen a lot quicker. From the article that you're talking about. And when they buy it
crazy,
July of last year is when they officially bought it, right? So obviously they're not the ones that sign these contracts. Hopefully, I don't know if I would expect a middle of the season decapitation. I think it's legitimate to be at the end of this season, after they see it play out and the reaction, done. Because I'm gonna be real. I think that probably the upper like echelon at Paramount, this is probably like 20th on their list of concerns right now because they've done like this fucking IP is in the gutter, in the dumpster. I don't think it's even registering to them as like a super important thing right now. But I would love to see that happen. It'd be great. Everybody would love it. Everybody would praise it, except a couple people in Hollywood in the industry would get all pissy with them, but they'd get over that
take
once you offer them another job.
Yeah, exactly.
They would bitch and moan, and then they take the jobs, and they'd be right back on the lot shooting the next season of Star Trek Respawn, whatever it is.
Absolutely, 100%. They're everybody bitching about Netflix right now will be fucking working for them within a year. With fewer companies around, they don't have much of a fucking choice. And I talked about this in my watch party, but Kathleen Kennedy, at least her name was attached to shit we liked. All right, not saying she had anything to do with it, but her name was attached to that. Russell T Davies did successfully bring back Doctor Who. He did something good in the past. Alex Kurtzman has never done anything good. Not once. Everything he touches turns to shit, and he keeps getting fucking hired. He needs, what Fake Wizard said, a public, metaphorical job execution, and that needs to, and would send a message that we are serious as Paramount. The only thing that's a noticeable change at Paramount is the MTV logo is gone from the Sheridan stuff, and it's a new logo. That's the only thing that I've noticed that's changed at the network. And by the way, it is bad that this show is getting mocked, like visibly mocked. It's in the zeitgeist over and over. It's not going away. And Landman just finished their basically their flagship show, and it's kind of taking away from the conversation of that, like completely online. And it is brand damage. It is mass, and this is supposedly their crown jewel. There's no recovering from this. They cancel it tomorrow. There's no recovering from this. Like Star Trek is fucked.
It would be interesting to know what the contracts are, and I agree. I do think it's more like it's worth more money in the long run, reputation wise, to cancel something. You have to pay out some money. Look at Rings of Power. Rings of Power, we know there is a $20 million kill fee for every season of this thing they don't produce. Yep. So if they decide to just do season 3 and not do any more after that, they'd be on the hook for $40 million. That is a lot of money to just pay out. However, it's really not that much money to pay out when you consider they've spent $1 billion just on 2 seasons, not to mention the $250 million acquisition fee to begin with. Mm-hmm. So yeah, is that a lot of money to eat? It is. But you're already burning through so much. That is nothing compared to what you're wasting already.
But also, we look at Star Wars. The Acolyte did play out. The Acolyte finished, and then it was canceled, and everybody complained about it. But where's Star Wars now? We got a movie coming out in, 4 months? No one gives a shit. If you were to end this show mid-run, people will talk about Star Trek again. No one's talking about... You can't get Star Wars back. You have to do something crazy, and they don't have the balls to do something crazy. To save Hollywood and to save any of these franchises, we need people that have courage to make big moves. The Ellisons are not showing leadership. By letting this air each week, this was bad. Okay, can we also point out what's the deal with the lens flares? Is this like a new Paramount Plus thing? Why do I gotta get blinded in every shot of this show? What's the deal?
Kurtzman was inspired by J.J. Abrams and took it to another level. That's what's happened there.
Now we definitely got to kill this show.
In space, nobody can see you
do anything. No. So yeah, and they've been just quiet, and they've been too busy trying to buy another company and not worrying about the one they just bought. That sends a message. It does. So there's another show that came out this week called Wonder Man. And a lot of people, including...
I thought it was called "Isn't Hollywood Great? Aren't we right up our own bums, man?"
So it was a curious choice of character. Not it's a C-level character, mostly known for being an Avenger. They did race swap the character, and they decided to get irreverent about it. And it's like it's actually not going to be about superheroes. It's going to be about struggling actors and Hollywood.
And friendship.
That's what makes this show bad. Regardless of internal performances and some, possible entertaining things that one of the actors does, so like that. This is a show that doesn't understand what it's supposed to be or its identity, and it completely just makes a takes a dump
Well,
on
it's not a superhero
people
show.
who want a
That's what it
superhero
is.
show.
So you didn't like it?
I'm pissed off at it because of the fact that it doesn't know what it's supposed to be, and then it tries to kind of blue ball at you at the end. It's like, oh no, there is a superhero element here. Piss off! Nothing about this was about superheroes, and then you want to try and pretend that this is a retarded origin story for this one that now you get it. No, you've ruined that opportunity. You can go jump off a cliff.
I'm sort of okay with that, but
I am too.
Like Ben Kingsley's amazing. I think he's a great actor, and I think he was very good in this. And I actually think the main character is a good actor as well. And I think there were some decent performances by the pair of them.
Abdul Mateen, that's his last name. That's all I can say.
He was good. They're both good, and they had good chemistry together, which is ironic considering you can't seem to get two people with chemistry together in anything else nowadays. But my problem was, why?
Yeah.
That was my problem with the show. It's just like I got absolutely nothing from it. It was decently shot. It was decently edited. There was decent choreography. There was some decent lines in the writing. But it's just like, this is just a story about us and Hollywood, and aren't we so great? And it's so important being an actor, and our world means something, and we bring joy to the masses, and our friendship can, taking this show from the 60s and bringing it back, it's gonna inspire everybody to look up at it. I'm just like, you're just blowing out your own ass.
Well, I think that's kind of the point.
I think that was the
To a
point.
degree.
That was the point. Yeah, this was taking the piss out of Hollywood.
Yeah, I think it was.
I think
Disney taking
I think
the
it
piss
was
out
taking
of
the piss.
I
think it was being serious.
Self-aggrandizing.
Go ahead, Fake Wizard.
Yeah, no, I thought that's exactly what it was. So I spent a very, very short amount of time in that world in California, and it is as narcissistic as this show made everyone out to be. Everyone's full of themselves.
But I don't think they were doing it. I don't think they were doing it with awareness. I think they were doing it because that's what they think of themselves.
I think, you know what it is. It's the director, the Van Cola, coming out with the crazy hair, and he sounds ridiculous half the time, and he's constantly, making all these platitudes. Right? I interpreted that as taking the piss out of Hollywood because that's how they sound. So here is in the Avengers world,
very surface level.
It is. I'm not saying
you can have a surface level character like him with crazy hair, but when you listen to what they're actually saying and how they're talking about their industry, it's do you know what? To me, it's The Boys season 2. It's the girls get things done, and then at the end, it's like, but really though, girls do get things done. And it kind of felt this way. Oh, Hollywood, it's so silly, and everybody's so absorbed with themselves. And by the end, I was just kind of like, they were saying, no, we mean something. We really do.
Yeah, because a lot of those important scenes were the two main characters talking to each other on their own without the director in at all.
Yeah. And as you're 100% right, it's about what they actually say at the end. Like, if they're going to pretend that, we're kind of, just making a mockery of this, at the end, the payoff is that, no, it's all valid. Like everyone loved the movie at the end. All the bullcrap and narcissism is bringing people true joy and fulfillment, and acting is this higher calling that you really must embrace and all that stuff. And so
it feels
I think he actually says it. Sorry, Ryan, go on.
It feels like I think they wanted you to get the vibe, this facade of, oh, look, we are making fun of ourselves. We are poking fun at ourselves. And I think some of that was present in there. But I don't think they really. I think they only went halfway with it. I guess that's
gone harder.
They only went halfway because they don't have. I don't think they have the confidence or the wherewithal to actually go all the way, because they do think what they're doing is very important. They do think race swapping is important. They do think representation is important. They do think all this shit actually is important. So it's only like a kind of a soft parody of themselves,
I agree.
as opposed to what this could have been. I feel like if they went all the way with it, and I don't mind the idea of doing a show in the Marvel universe that's not about superheroes. And I think they marketed it that way. It's not like it did a bait and switch. All the marketing showed you this is a movie, or this is a show about the industry, not really about superheroes. I would love. Remember the first 20 minutes of Agatha All Along, when it was like this weird cop show almost?
Yeah,
and I was
procedural.
Watch this.
When
than
they're on
Agatha.
the front lawn.
Yeah, yes.
And the idea of that, just a couple cops that are maybe assigned to this task force that investigates superhuman stuff that happens and following them along, that could be an interesting show that I'd watch. Not a lot of people would watch it compared to the superhero stuff. That's okay. You can have different things in the universe. But ultimately, what I went away with the show is, why should I ever care about this character ever again? It's just about Hollywood, and I'm not interested.
Did you guys notice the name of the agent? Who wasn't in it that much, but her name is X Mayo. I'm sharing my screen. That's this is her at the premiere.
Well, it doesn't look like she cut out any mayo from her fucking diet.
She looks like mayo.
Oh yeah,
looks like full of mayo.
Please don't try to make fire come out of your mouth.
She's literally a mayo monster.
Thank you.
Oy.
Well, it's such a strange choice for a show, and internally, the people, a lot of people were excited about it, but apparently management wasn't, and that's why they dumped it all at once. And that was probably a really good idea, because this would have been a slog weekly.
Well, they haven't pushed it at all, have they?
No,
they
no,
they haven't.
No,
not really.
Last 2 weeks they started doing a lot, but before that, nothing.
I mean,
why would you? This, and I see a lot of people be like, I can't believe Marvel didn't push this more. That's what happens to their color projects, their projects with leads of color, right?
Oh,
but
fuck off.
this is never going to appeal to a lot of people. I think it's the right thing to dump it all at once. I think it was the right thing to not put a ton of marketing behind it, even if you are like super proud, because it's not a superhero thing. Most people care about Marvel because it's a superhero thing.
Yeah, if it was a healthier franchise, something like this would have worked, and I think it might have even been more successful. My thoughts on the series: slow start. I liked episode 4. I like the doorman one because I've read the GLA. And
I like 4, 5, 7, 8.
The middle episodes are fine, and it gets slow. Middle episodes are fine, and then it gets slow again with kind of a dumb ending. And I will never watch it again. But I can probably say it's the most earnest thing Disney Marvel has done in live action. The performances by Abdul Mateen, yes, I had to look that up and remember it because I was never going to do that. And Kingsley are like endearing, and they're good, and they have good chemistry and the little buddy thing. All the other actors, though, aren't that great in it. And ultimately, it's pretty forgettable, you know, and I don't know who would go back and rewatch this at all. I don't know if anybody would even watch this the first time and sit through 8 episodes, even though they're short. They felt longer than a Night of the Seven Kingdom episodes, which are pretty much the same length. You know,
I don't think anyone survives the first 3 if you release this weekly. It doesn't even get to the rest.
No, yeah. This is not meant to be watched as a weekly show.
Period.
What they forget is that episodes of television should be satisfying on their own individually, so that you can wait till the next week. You can't do this big long thing where you're like, well, if you get to the last half of it, it's decent. It's like,
I think if you're really into the industry, you might be into this, but it is Hollywood loves to make shit about themselves. The problem is you're like in late stage Hollywood right now. Like you have runaway production and studios closing, and you're begging for tax, leniency, and it's just, maybe it's a bygone era, but I didn't care enough at all. I watched it. I'm like, hey, okay.
There's also some things. It was tough to tell what they wanted you to feel about Simon. Like, it felt like they wanted you initially to feel really, really bad. Oh, this poor guy who really cares about this, really cares about this. But half the time, and they finally kind of lean into it at the end when he gets some success, but it's kind of that way a lot of the way anyway. He is so fucking self-centered.
Yeah.
And just, again, in his own like cloud, basically, doesn't give a fuck about anyone else. And I feel like they didn't do enough to show you that. They wanted you to feel bad for him most of the time. Also, they have the entire plot of this thing is, hey, something bad happened on set when you had a super powered person. An accident happened. Josh Gad disappeared and basically died inside someone else.
I like
which
that
probably
episode.
will happen to Josh Gad at some point in his life. And it's really not that much of a tragedy if it does. But and so they banned superheroes or anyone with superpowers from being on set. And Simon has superpowers. He's known since a child. Blah blah blah. And they're worried that he's going to figure out his secret. The government is portrayed, I don't know what they were going for here. You can make a lot of guesses as to what they were going for, but the Department of Damage Control, they're like, hey, superpowered people are a threat. But our problem is we built this huge prison to house them, and it's only half full. So we need to go out there and arrest these people before they even commit crimes. It's really weird. But
what they say, they need to arrest more so they get more money. So it's specifically paid private prisons that are the problem.
You could say it's commentary on the prison system.
Sure.
Yeah, it sounds like what they think of Black
they
people.
just ripped up the Sokovia Accords.
But the problem is, Simon Williams should be fucking locked up. This is a dangerous dude who has no control over his fucking powers. He's caused explosions before, and he causes a massive explosion because he can't control his powers at one point in this show. He should be locked up. The government's right. Lock his ass up and throw away the fucking key.
Ryan, it's called Black Excellence.
Well,
he's done this show.
He's done this before. He blew up his kitchen, and he was like scared that anyone will ever find out that he's gone through his entire life almost killing people. You are supposed to feel sorry for him. All his problems are caused by himself, and he's only rescued by his friend, which I think is why they're going for this kind of buddy, you have to have friends kind of storyline. But he never really seems to learn, even when he gets success. He almost blows up his main character role and still has to get bailed out by somebody else.
And
I didn't see it.
Just think about this main character, right? Well, what is supposed to endear us to him? We open with he's actually a bit of an oblivious idiot that he can't tell that overthinking a role is pissing people off and you get fired for it.
Dude, a lot of actors do that, though.
That was just stupidity. And it's like, okay, you're making this guy look like an idiot. And he has these powers that is never bothered to actually try and learn how to control. Potentially, he knows superheroes exist, that they can use powers to save the world, and that he might be able to do something good with them. But instead, no, he does a selfish thing to try and lock them away and only look after himself. And he's been pursuing this selfish goal of fame and glory, right? And letting his brother pay for him, and is not supporting his mother and all this stuff. And so, hang on, this is supposed to be the character we're supposed to be rooting for just because he's an underdog? All his problems are caused by himself, and he doesn't really deserve to succeed because it's problems of his own making that is not learning to actually be better at. Like, literally, he gets bailed out by Ben Kingsley at the end for the same problem he got fired for in the first thing. He hasn't learned a thing, this guy.
And then he makes that pointless. He makes the sacrifice. Now you've destroyed two lives.
Yes.
Yeah. That was the weird thing. I didn't think he was selfish. I think he loved the craft. And I think he was in it for the craft. But the main character of this story was Ben Kingsley by a long shot. I mean, he was dominating every single scene he was in. He is a superb actor, and he actually gave Trevor Slattery, who'd been turned pretty much into just a joke. He actually turned into a human being. And I actually, one of the bits I did like about the show was when he actually turned into the Mandarin again.
Yeah.
And I actually kind of popped for that. Yeah, I was just like, you know, I had you fooled all along. No, I always was the Mandarin and you never saw me coming. And it was just great. I thought that was really great.
Hello, America.
Yeah, but it actually felt like the first bit of sincerity, like the first legitimate bit of sincerity. But I did have trouble, even though I thought Abdul was acting well, and I did like the chemistry. I am like Shad. I am confused as to why am I meant to like this person. He didn't give me anything to really hook onto. And after the first 3 episodes of kind of trying to hook on, I was actually happy with the Dorman episode because I actually thought the Dorman episode was pretty decent and very clearly set out why you're not allowed to have superpowers while working in the film industry, which made a lot of sense. But then I was thinking, this Dorman character is actually much more interesting than what's going on with Wonder Man, Simon. And so when that was a 1 episode thing, I was thinking he was coming back to be a villain later on, and he never returns. And I'm like,
he shows up in the Great Lake Avengers. Fake Wizard, you were going to say something.
Yeah. This is, I don't think you're meant to like him the whole time. He's not a superhero because it's not a superhero story. I know that's what it's supposed to be. It's Wonder Man, but you're not supposed to like him. It's 2 blockhead buffoons in Hollywood that are unlikable, that are full of themselves.
No, but Trevor's very likable. Trevor's likable.
Okay, but as people, you wouldn't want to necessarily hang out with these people. I think that's where I'm like, they're taking the piss out of Hollywood almost, because by all accounts, he's an idiot that's gonna get himself caught. He makes a lot of stupid mistakes the whole time, and he's flawed. And I guess for me, I see having characters that have flaws and then have to seemingly somehow overcome them, even though it was done off screen and they don't tell us everything. We don't get the backstory. We also don't get any kind of conclusion for him becoming the hero. That's what they did. We get the end of, he makes the movie, and then there's an epilogue. But there is supposed to be this inference that he's overcome and now he's going to be like some kind of a hero. I understand that's not good, but he's not likable the whole time. He's supposed to be this flawed, almost narcissistic guy that can't get out of his own way. And that's the Hollywood actors. That I felt like that was them. Like Gary said, and I know Chris Gore has said this too, like, if you like Hollywood, or if you've been there, or if you're interested in the business, like, this is making fun of the business. It just didn't go all the way like we wanted it to, of really punching right hooks.
They played it safe with that.
I think with the story and characters, you do need to like somebody, or if they're evil, you have to root for them by making somebody else worse. Heisenberg is not a good guy, but you still root for him against every single person he faces.
I think compelling. You need to make them compelling. You don't necessarily need to like them. I think
that's why Trevor worked, because
I thought he was going to turn villain.
Yeah,
like I at times you're like, oh, is this a villain origin? Is he going to snap and explode and just is this like? And then the government's going to arrest him? Are we dealing with the boys here? Is it going to get serious? And it doesn't, because then it keeps going back into the comedy beats. But the whole time I'm like, this is a villain origin story. This isn't a superhero.
What carried the show was the performances, and just of the two main actors, because everybody else was just kind of meh, and they left. There's so many opportunities they had. Ryan brought up like that they could have leaned into, and it could have been great. It could have been something great where you really tackle both sides of race swapping, or you get a little more. I don't know. I would say you go a little harder on Hollywood than they did. I mean, like
the studio goes way harder than this.
Yeah, I was gonna say that. Yeah, I guess that's the point. I don't think that Hollywood's really going to take the piss out of themselves hardcore, right?
They used to.
Safe.
They used to.
They used to. Not current year Hollywood.
Tropic Thunder is a great example. Like, there's the movie of what.
Yeah, but we're in a different era, we're in a different world. That shit's not going to happen anymore, because they're full of shit. They're full of themselves, and that's kind of the.
And still,
this
is probably the most decent show they have made, and it's not about superheroes. So take that for what you will.
That just
and it ain't worth your money.
It took them that.
Yeah.
Who was this made for apart from people in Hollywood?
Well,
like this is a Marvel property. That's
the question.
I'm a fan of Marvel comics. I love superheroes. This is a Marvel logo. Wonder Man is an established Marvel superhero character. You serve this up, and I'm just pissed off that I didn't get the order I wanted. Doesn't matter how good the performances are. And Ben Kingsley, best part of the show. There were parts that I even got a chuckle out of. But through every episode that might have redeemed itself, I kept asking myself, why the hell am I watching this?
Him running into like old drug dealers who still, that did make me chuckle.
That did make me chuckle, yes.
That's funny.
The most unbelievable thing about this was all that Mexican candy they were making, that when he tested, he was like, this is really good. Mexican candy is dog shit.
Horrible. It's not good.
Terrible and awful. Mexican candy, you know why it doesn't taste good? Because it's all the poor people in Mexico that can't afford actually sugar and shit like that, right? So they just it just tastes like dirt and chili powder. That's what every fucking Mexican candy, and some dried fruit. It's disgusting. It's awful.
Any phone calls even go to our human resources and inclusive and diversity officer, Ryan Kinnell.
But even that, though, I wasn't sure if that was a joke, because that guy lies to everyone to try and make friends with them. He would eat the worst crap in the world and say, like, this is delicious. You've got a great business here, son, just to try and get them on side.
That's one of the things I actually really disliked about the way the show ended. Trevor's so good kind of on his feet and like in these circumstances and stuff like that. And the idea that when the Times reporter went after him, that he couldn't handle that was kind of unbelievable to me, considering what we've seen him kind of pull off throughout the show. And then when he gets confronted by Simon at the end, fact that he doesn't try to do a better job, he wants to be honest, but he does. He could have gone into such more explicit detail about what he was under in all the situation. Instead, he just let Simon walk away.
I think it would have been fucking cool if they Kaiser Soze'd it and made him the fucking Mandarin at the end. Like he was the Mandarin the whole fucking time. And instead of the ending we got, because we're supposed to be on a redemptive arc, and Fake Wizard's right. He even calls himself an asshole at some point. Like when he's talking to his girlfriend, he's like, "Oh, I am a fucking asshole. Jesus Christ." And he manipulates a guard to get into the prison, and even though he pays him off, he fucks this guy's life. If you put any logic into it, this guy's going to get arrested and put away for the rest of his fucking life.
Investigation.
Yeah.
His finances are going to be gone over.
It's not a
They're gonna
happy
send his
ending.
payout.
No.
Yeah.
But he gave
I
them
will actually
a lot of
think
money.
he got paid off to do a criminal thing to sneak him in. Now because of the
That money he got,
Positive
will put him in
indicator.
fucking jail. Okay.
Oh no.
Yeah.
I did like
like
it
a
though when
perfect setup.
when
That's the wife moves it.
they said to Trevor, like, "Why are you here for the money?" And he's just like, "To pay off on prostitution and drug debts." I did laugh at that. I actually thought you, Gary.
Thanks, pal. Appreciate
Less
it.
on the prostitution side, but definitely on the drugs.
Dude,
side.
when they were doing the workshopping shit in the house, I thought that was pretty funny, and with the director, and I thought that was a good look at Hollywood, and they're trying to like make this other superhero movie, but I thought they were going to go more into like, they even have a magazine that says superhero fatigue, and they didn't even like really talk about it. They didn't really get into the race
It was
swapping.
marketed that way though.
It certainly was.
The first trailer, the very first trailer focused on superhero fatigue and remakes and like all these things, and how like the audience is sick and tired of them. They really didn't touch too much on that.
No.
Now, you had one little line where he's like, "Usually I never do a sequel, but maybe we should think about it in this case." And then obviously Josh Gad does Cash Grab 2, after they made money. But I expected, and that's what I mean. I feel like it was the facade of, we're really making fun of ourselves, guys, with a little bit in there. But I think they take themselves, the people that make this, I feel like take themselves too seriously to truly do a good parody of that.
Agreed.
It didn't even feel like a parody to me. And to the superhero fatigue thing, loads of the early access reviews all had, "This is the anti-superhero fatigue" in it, as if it was already a talking point that they'd already gotten. But I don't think I disliked it as much as a lot of you. I thought half the episodes were watchable. I wouldn't describe them as good. I think to me it's a lot more like water. I don't really...
Yeah,
it's not something I despise. I don't particularly like it, but I could see why other people would like it.
It does not totally suck. It does not totally suck. Like I didn't think it was great.
Better than WandaVision.
I think it's mid.
Better than Secret Invasion.
Yeah, dude, it's better than Peacemaker. It's better than Ironheart. It's better than Agatha.
It's still not worth a subscription. Yeah. And it's forgettable. There's no reason to ever watch it again.
Yeah.
As far as the Disney,
go on, you go.
As far as the Disney Plus Marvel series go, this is probably up there with one of the best ones they've made, which is a low bar, certainly. I don't think it's bad. I think it's fine, but it is also the least impactful of anything that they've done, and the thing that's going to matter least for anything in the future. It is just, here it is, there it goes, and it's gone forever. It just doesn't matter. And when you're in this universe, and you could actually do some very interesting things, and you're dealing with interesting things in terms of the rights of people who have superpowers in this world, which you've done things with before. I just feel like if you're going to tackle that, you missed a lot of opportunities.
I mean,
yeah,
I agree with. I agree with what you're saying in isolation. If you were to consider it in isolation, Ben Kingsley is funny and is good and everything like that. But this is supposed to be a superhero Marvel thing. They've latched it onto that, right? And for me, like in that context, this is one of the worst superhero shows made, because there's nothing about it. It's made by people that I feel don't like superheroes, think that it's crap, but they latch on to do their own little kind of artistic story about Hollywood, everything like that. And we'll only get funding by putting Marvel's name on it. So let's shoehorn it in and do that. And as a superhero fan, I find that insulting.
Well, in a lot of ways, Chad, it reminds me of the Joker movie, the first one. And it's like, it's very clearly not a superhero story, but they slapped the Joker label on it to get this movie made. And that's probably what they did with the series, in my opinion.
But with Joker, they slapped the Joker label on, but they made sure it was Joker. Like, it wasn't just a label. They made sure that main protagonist behaved, acted in a manner that their world Joker would. So you're never in any doubt that this was, like, you weren't thinking, oh, this is just some Joe Public, and then at the end to put white makeup on, and I'm the Joker type of thing. This show to me is I'm kind of with Shad in as much as I think this is a competently made show with good performances. Like I said, I think it's got some good direction, editing, cinematography. It's got all of that. But the problem is this is a Marvel show, and I'm not bothered if you don't do the superhero thing. In terms of having a main superhero protagonist, that's okay. But your world then has to link into something relating to that. So like Ryan said earlier, when we saw like the beginning of Agatha, the actual show about finding a dead body and where does this link and who does it have, does it have links to heroes? Is this what we're going to discover? We're going to all these little mysteries, which could that in itself was way more interesting than Agatha was. And there was nothing I found in this show that made me think, well, what's this got to do with the MCU?
Nothing.
Because
that's the idea.
This to me was more Birdman than it was Marvel, and I think Birdman's better, a lot better, by the way. But I think it's sort of more of that, in as much as the Wonder Man aspect of it was almost just abstract. It didn't sort of mean anything, and at the end it was also sort of like almost metaphor instead of literal with the releasing of the prison and the getting away. It had nothing to do with Marvel, and I'm sort of like, great.
Well, I remember Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. when Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. came out and there was Joss Whedon and you had Kevin Feige, and they said that this is going to run parallel to the movies. You can catch it if you want. You don't have to watch it, but it'll be kind of connected. I think that's where Disney Plus is going back, because they put everything into Disney Plus. It hasn't worked out. They're bleeding people. No one's going to see the movies anymore. People like us are being invented because these things are so bad. You have to change things. And I saw this, even though this went into production in 2022, I can only imagine how many changes were made over time to get us to this point. I saw this as an experiment. It has nothing to do with nothing. It's actually not even worth and because it has nothing to do with anything, it's not worth your subscription dollars, number one, but it doesn't connect over. This doesn't take us into Doomsday. If he shows up in Secret Wars, you're going to say, wait a minute, he doesn't even belong here. He's not even a superhero. It's just it's actually the furthest away from what Shad was describing. It's not a superhero film. It just has Marvel on it. We're using IP, trying to get you to watch Disney Plus, but we can't tie it to anything anymore because we can't take the risk of people not watching or hating it.
Well, and you're not wrong. By the way, they actually they are separating TV and movie now. So, and they did that about a year and a half ago, kind of quietly. So while Kevin Feige still completely runs all aspects of Marvel, including the comics, a lot of it's in name only. So the TV division has been separated, and they are definitely going back to, it's going to be kind of connected. They'll mention Captain America or something like that, but it will be not consequential to any movies anymore, period. So that's
you remember the way it worked for Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., and I would actually hazard a guess that most people who watched Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. for season after season had no idea. But until like 2 years ago, when they canonized everything effectively, Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. is not canon, right? Just because something happens in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. doesn't mean it happened in the MCU. Things that happened in the MCU affected the Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. universe, right? And they would follow different stories based on that, but nothing that they did really affected the MCU intentionally. But I don't think most people watching actually fucking knew that. To be
I
honest,
didn't. I didn't know that until you just said it, and I saw all of it.
Well,
Yeah.
so it
Chad
was.
is saying Asians of S.H.I.E.L.D.
It was connected for a couple seasons until it wasn't.
Yes,
so that's how it started. No, it was connected. It was connected.
After 4.
The first 2 seasons were connected, and then they changed their minds halfway through, and they made it not canon, except for its direct connection to Winter Soldier. Which was great, by the way. That was a fucking great
Which was
episode.
better than Winter Soldier. Like, their reveal in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. is so much better than the movie.
I don't know about that.
Oh, it is. Like, the whole betrayal with characters you actually care about rather than going to an underground bunker and just going, by the way.
This bro, you got a haircut.
Yes.
In regards to Wonder Man, right? It is so disconnected. This could stand on its own. Like, take away his powers, the MCU, and make his problem like explosive diarrhea, and the show is the same, basically. And it doesn't need it, but they force it in, and you just don't get what you want as a Marvel fan.
Well, the issue, one of the criticisms that have been raised over and over again is, I don't want to watch this movie because there's so much homework. So then they make something which is separate, and it's like, well, this is not infecting anything. I think the problem is you can't make something separate that doesn't knock it out of the park and have its own pull. So you're like, maybe if this was connected to something worth watching.
I think you almost need to praise Marvel for basically like being a puppy that doesn't shit on your carpet for the first time. And you go, good boy. You didn't totally suck.
What I'm saying is that wouldn't
amounts of message in it.
What I'm saying is that wouldn't be a criticism if the show was better. Like, you wouldn't care that it wasn't connected to the MCU.
And I think it would it would be slightly more successful if Marvel was healthier and you had some like banger movies out there and banger shows. And we're gonna do this like one-off weird thing.
I don't think I would still be questioning why. If Marvel was doing great, this came out,
if they're
I'd be
doing
like,
great and they
why?
put something out, you understand why. It's like they tried something different because they're doing so great. That's what the answer would be. The results would be the same. You'd be all, I totally would not watch this show again. But like now it's like, why would you go through with this? And why do you go through with these things that are going to, like, why do you release Ironheart when internally it's a piece of shit?
Mm-hmm.
Because they have to for contracts. And it's like, they really need to go back to the days where like, no, this shit's not seeing the light of day. We're fucking canceling it. The Batgirl thing, that shit used to happen to movies all the time. And TV shows all the fucking time. There's a lot of TV shows and movies.
Wonder Woman pilot?
That have never seen the light of day.
Yeah. But that's the key, though, pilot. Whereas now it's just a full season gets made.
That's
part
of the
they're actually
problem.
bringing back the pilot season, which is
They
good.
need to. They fucking need
That's
to.
nice.
Yes,
because pilot season was also exciting as well.
Well, Buffy's a pilot. That's
They had pilot episodes, right? Like and it's because of streaming. The entertainment industry is broken for a variety of reasons, including political reasons, including people pushing virtue signaling bullshit, including the strikes, including what happened when COVID affected everything, a variety of reasons. But one of them is streaming and the fact that everyone was so desperate to fill their platforms with slop just to have stuff on there that instead of, hey, we ordered up 10 pilot episodes. Let's see what they look like. Okay, of these 10 pilots, we're picking up 2 of them, make series out of those, and we're going to air them, one in the summer, one in the fall, or one in the spring, one in the fall, and one of those shows is going to survive to the next year. Like the process of quality assurance to see that, hey, we like this, we think it's good. Hey, look, the audience digs this, we're going with this. Now, all 10 of those things, you get $100 million. You get $100 million. You get $100 million.
You get 2 seasons.
10 episodes of it.
Yeah, you get 2 seasons, and that's why we got 2 seasons of Starfleet Academy. And this is how like genius, whether it was intentional or not, Netflix is. They were the first of the party. They're the big dogs. They had liquid cash, and they could offer Ryan Murphy or fucking Dan and Dave $30 million, $300 million, $250 million contracts, and it forced all the other studios to do the same when they did not have the fucking money.
Wow.
Screwed them.
And
There's
fuck them
so
all.
many. There's so many advantages to pilots. So one of the issues with this is the first 3 episodes are crap because it's like, well, maybe we've got to the end of the season. If you do a pilot, you have to do one solid story that's all wrapped up in one pilot, but still leaves it open for the rest that you can sell to somebody, and it puts you in a different mind frame. And if something doesn't work, maybe an actor's crap, you could just swap them out and nobody cares because it's the pilot. So you're allowed to optimize, and it puts the writers in the correct frame of
That
mind.
Game of Thrones pilot, I'd love to fucking see that, man.
I was just gonna say, like, this might not be the best example because it might have been better for society if we hadn't had, seasons 6, 7, 8 of Game of Thrones. But if Game of Thrones had been made in this way, they would have ordered the first full season, and it would have probably been a complete and total fucking mess, and nothing would have happened after. Now, in retrospect, maybe it would have saved it from season 8. But because they had the pilot, and things went really fucking bad and things didn't work and this was bad, they ended up having to recast a bunch of people, refilm a bunch of things, and almost start from scratch. And it turned into something that was very workable and very well received.
Yep. Yeah.
I'm never going to forgive Hollywood for canceling Forever after 1 season.
What?
I'm never going to forgive Hollywood
I
for
heard
canceling Forever after 1 season.
What's Forever?
That was that Ian Gruff.
Ian Gruff.
Oh,
yeah.
I was in that show.
No.
I'm in the last episode of that show. Yeah.
It's your
is that
fault.
the Sherlock guy that respawns?
Yeah.
No,
that
I'm a
was
background
great.
actor on that
In the
show.
antique shop.
I did great.
Yeah, he would
That
spawn
was
in the
awesome.
river whenever he died.
Yeah,
So that was
whenever he died,
awesome.
he'd spawn
So
in the
you
river.
acted? Wait. You acted in that show, or
Yeah.
were you?
I'm born and raised from New York City, so like background acting gigs, like we would be a part of them, and I'm on that show.
Yeah, that
I'm
show was good.
Philadelphia, born and raised.
I thought the same thing.
Spent most of my days.
So as I totally forgot about that show, but you're right. It was actually good.
Were you union or non-union?
Non-union.
Yeah.
It was such a
No,
good show.
no way.
That show proved that Sherlock Holmes is just a character you can just repeat and repeat with a twist.
Yep.
Yeah.
As long as you come
Yeah.
up with a unique enough twist, it's just a great character archetype.
And it was a great twist. It was
When he's about to
Great
get caught,
show.
and he's like, "I can't be in this room anymore,"
Yeah.
and then he just respawns in the river.
Gotta kill myself.
And they left it on a cliffhanger too. Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah. That one got killed.
I'll have to check that out. It sounds
Gotta-
pretty interesting.
It's a great
procedural with it.
Few episodes
Well, procedural
Ian,
with a
so you can have
twist.
plenty, Ian.
Like all streaming needs to do to be successful, just do procedurals with a twist. They'll just fly.
Yeah,
Yeah.
my favorite show that got canned by Fox was Keen Eddie, and that was a really, really good show. And it got fucked over by the writer's strike.
Never heard of it.
Never heard of that. one, no.
Yeah, it was a Fox show. It was
People are
early
talking about
2000s.
Forever, like the one on Netflix that's about black people. No, that is not what Az is talking about. It was on
Yeah, I was a
ABC
background actor in that.
yeah. It was like
Shit.
ABC
Lot of
or something. Yeah.
Wasn't just the beard that was fake for you in that one.
That's right. That's
Big
right.
Wizard, are you drinking a Capri Sun?
Yeah, respect the pouch.
There's not enough liquid in a Capri Sun for it to be
No.
worth the hassle of like having
This
to,
is
oh
not-
man, this one's not going in very well.
Brian,
It's
can a
not worth
man enjoy a Capri Sun? We can't enjoy Star Wars anymore. Can I have my Pacific cooler?
You can. Look, I love Capri Sun. I love
Delicious.
icy fruit boxes, but it's not worth the effort anymore. You know what I mean?
What flavor?
The Pacific cooler one. It's a
Oh.
kiwi and
Wow.
pineapple.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
that's a good one. Full screen.
I reckon that wizard's a fake.
Sponsored by Capri Sun.
Hold on. If you can get that fucking straw through that pouch first try, no problems on all
Oh.
10 of the Pacific coolers that came in that package, then he is a true wizard. He is magic.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
You hit it and it just bends.
Yeah,
That's it.
I
You
can't
just
do
hit it
magic
and
tricks.
bends.
I'm just ready.
Or do you
Ready to go.
Oh, wow.
All right.
This is getting clipped. This is my history.
Wait.
Whoa.
Can you do that separating thumb thing? Because that's
Oh yeah.
Wow.
Da 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 da
Oh, this
da
guy's-
da 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 da. You see, magic.
He's a pro. He's a pro. This man.
How does that go?
You know what's funny? When a union goes on strike against itself.
Oh.
I don't blame him. I wouldn't be able to stand him either.
I don't either.
Wah,
And
wah.
like I don't know if it's like people were I had somebody DMing me going, well, this is actually not possible. And it's like, I don't care. I just think this is really fucking funny. So the staff of if you don't understand, The Writers Guild of America is a union that writes pretend for a living, and they crippled the industry by fucking going on strike right after COVID, which they have not recovered. Production is down 40%. Ticket sales are down 40%. Hollywood is closing studios. It's bleak, and it's mostly because they went on strike like a bunch of fucking idiots. So the best part is their own staff is voted to go on strike against them. The thing that gets funnier is their own staff is part of a separate union of the union they work for. This is some commie gobbledygook, but I love it.
It's unionception at this point.
So they're saying the people who bargain for other people's jobs were bargaining with them in bad faith.
Excellent.
Well, what got me about the Sean Astin interview is he's like, well, our union represents a lot of people, including puppeteers. I'm like, what is a puppeteer doing in the same union as like writers and stuff?
I don't know. Why do people who write pretend have fucking unions? It's not like you're going to the fucking salt mines. You know, you're not an underwater welder. You know, you write pretend.
Did you see what they're planning to do? Their latest idea about AI. That if you use AI in a production, you will have to pay the WGA a tax to use AI. So they do literally nothing. You just have to pay the union to use AI that they have nothing to do with.
I totally believe that they would do this. The problem is they are about the leadership.
Don't be in the union.
The leadership of the Writers Guild of America. You're right, the leadership of the Writers Guild of America is just about to start negotiations for their next. There could be another strike, and it doesn't really look good. When your own people are striking against you. So, I don't know. I fucking love it. That's all I know. The staff of the Writers Guild of America West has voted to authorize a strike just weeks before the union is due to sit down with the major studios. The union staffers who organized last spring have been demanding better wages and job protections in their first contract. Negotiations with the WGA West management have been underway intermediately since September, with the last session held on January 17th. So you can't get your own fucking house in order, but yet you're going to go and represent all the writers and puppeteers and whoever for the industry going into what could possibly be your very last contract. And they want a 5-year deal, by the way, which I don't think the studios are going to give them. And half of the jobs they're trying to protect are going to be gone. They just are. And they hastened their own demise by going on strike right after COVID and writing a bunch of shit. Starfleet Academy is not a great argument against AI.
AI couldn't come up with puns like "you're gonna shenanigan."
You're gonna shenanigan.
That is what we need human creativity for.
I didn't want to F it up.
And as you pointed out in your video, man, they were really proud of that line.
Oh,
yeah.
They workshopped it at cons.
It up first time as well.
Yeah. Tawny Newson.
This is something
she was the one as well that's hired for, I don't know whether it's happening now, but it was talked about, the live action comedy they were going to do from the writer of Dear White People. So I really hope that still gets made.
Oh, God, I hope so, too. My accountant hoped that gets made. I want to see a comedy from somebody who wrote Dear White People. I'm sure they're super funny.
I didn't watch that, even though clearly it was for me.
It was like literally for you, Ryan.
I want to see a comedy written by a black person about white people that discriminate against black people that discriminate against white people.
It's called a Jordan Peele movie.
I thought
the first line that he comes out and pitches that to Comic-Con with is, do you remember when we had that meeting and they said, you know what, we need more black people Star Trek? Like, that is how he advertised it. It's all about...
And they finally got it. And what did they do with it, Disparu? They have the Klingon fathers abandoning the kid.
No, I think the live action comedy that will make this, put this to shame.
Well, the thing is, it already is a comedy. So it's become a parody of itself. Like the Orville is more serious Star Trek than anything Kurtzman Trek, which is hilarious.
And he actually said that he only pitched the comedy idea because he didn't think they would let him make a Star Trek show.
Yes.
Well, like a proper sci-fi. So he kind of had to slip under the radar with a serious one.
Well, and this is how stupid executives are.
Every day that goes by, despite my contribution, it's more and more evident that white people are the least racist people on the entire fucking planet. And do you see the Black Panther freak out the other day,
yes,
Gary?
yes.
When
dark enough.
We can take this down.
It's like a Daniel RPK rumor, so who knows? But like, there's a rumor that hey, actors like Aaron Pierre are being eyed to play T'Challa in Avengers Secret Wars or something. And black people had a fucking meltdown because he's not black enough, because he's biracial.
How black is he?
Well, according to them,
not black enough.
We don't want no light skin N-word for T'Challa. We don't need no yellow skin, green-eyed, light skin. Like, it was crazy. Like that's legitimately the reaction.
KFC to Popeye, how black is he?
Oh, what?
I would say, like, if
KFC.
white is Chick-fil-A, so if white is Chick-fil-A and black is Popeyes, he's hanging out at the KFC. Like that is what it is.
Popeyes is real soul food. I'm just saying.
He's
right
a
white
Okay, all right. He's a white.
I'm just looking to this conversation about Klingons and Jem'Hadar in that it's like, well, actually, we don't see you as a Klingon. It's like they could really discuss colorism in Starfleet.
It always confuses me when she keeps referring to her Klingon heritage when she's just there looking like a Jem'Hadar.
They have been asking for, and rightly so, T'Challa to be recast. Like, I've been asking, that's what they should have done instead of exploiting Chadwick Boseman's death in a fucking sequel that was god-awful that ended up being a movie about an isolationist ethno-state trying to keep out an illegal alien invasion.
Must be nice.
Pretty obvious.
Why did they open their borders up, hey?
Yeah.
I am with black people. I am with you. I am on your side. T'Challa should be dark skinned because it wouldn't make any sense in Wakanda, in this isolationist Wakanda, for him to be biracial. However, you're the very same people that clap and applaud and cheer while white characters get replaced and get race swapped. Like, if you're sitting here advocating that, well, of course Idris Elba should play James Bond, of course this guy should play this white character, then you have to have, like, you can't be upset when somebody gets cast for Black Panther. You don't think it's quite the right color. Like, it's just the hypocrisy of all that I find hilarious.
Who was the
Maybe
kid?
they just have high standards.
Who was in F1? Who was the kid in F1?
Damson Idris?
I think he would have been a good.
Is that his name?
I don't know.
I think he is the lead right now. Like,
yeah, I think he would be a good
everyone
Black Panther.
thinks will be the next Black Panther.
I think he would be a good Black Panther. As long as somebody else wrote it and directed it. But Killmonger, I saw that one tweet of the girls like, Killmonger's like my kind of, he's not actually a villain. And they're like, actually he is.
Yeah, he kind of is though, yeah.
Genocidal, you know.
Yeah, but if Michael B. Jordan wins the Oscar, Killmonger's coming back as Black Panther.
I always, like, from the moment Chadwick Boseman passed away, I said what they should do, because everybody did love Michael B. Jordan as Killmonger in that overhyped, overrated Black Panther movie. I said what they should do is just recast, use Michael B. Jordan as Black Panther, and don't explain
Say
anything. Just do a recast.
Whatever.
And people would have accepted it and gone with it.
You mean like they did with Harrison Ford? As General Ross, you know,
the only character. They've recast plenty of people, right? Even other black characters.
Mark Ruffalo,
Brody, right? They've done this all the time. But for Chadwick Boseman, they didn't want to, because they wanted to monetize his
and to milk it.
The first trailer, we see a funeral for Chadwick Boseman. Yes, it's T'Challa, but it's really about Chadwick Boseman.
Yep.
They wanted to use your emotional connection to a human being who died tragically.
Cancer.
And I have so much respect for Chadwick Boseman, like the way that he went out and him hiding that and not wanting sympathy and wanting to continue to go and inspire kids, go appear at Children's Hospital when he himself has terminal cancer and is dying. Like, it's an inspiring thing what Chadwick Boseman did and how he decided to deal with that. And they wanted to use that to line their fucking pocketbooks. They are complete and total scum.
absolute scum. And remember, it was controversial at the time. It isn't now to even bring that up when the movie came out. I mean, we did it, but you know, it was obvious. And that's Hollywood. They don't actually give a shit about your cause. They don't give a fuck about you at all. They care about what makes them look good and what makes them money, or I don't know. They don't care about what makes them money anymore. What makes them look good?
What makes them look good?
What makes them look good?
Optics, mate.
Speaking of comic books, let's talk about James Gunn. James Gunn. James Gunn likes to talk about. Let's talk about. I should have transitioned with. Let's talk about James Gunn's favorite subject. James Gunn.
James Gunn.
His wife being fucked by other men.
Yes.
Womp
That's the second best.
James Gunn, who
That's
absolutely
his favorite pastime.
James Gunn, who absolutely reads every fucking comment online, every comment on his videos. He is there he is terminally online, and this guy
Googles his name.
He is the dude. He's got probably the Google alert set to it.
Yeah.
He is the co-lead of the DCU, and he's like mixing it up with people online. And remember when he took over, Ryan? We're like, maybe he should probably not do that anymore. Well, you know, he's still doing it, and he obviously saw all the criticism of Christina Hodson, which she deserves, by the way.
Big time.
Yeah, well, she's written 2 films that have cost the studio what? I'm going to be nice with the estimate. $200 million, $300 million?
Three,
Probably
400.
more, yeah.
So let's just say, say $250 million she has cost. She has been taking part in costing a studio $250 million. In most cases, you would never fucking work in the town again. But because
maybe they recouped some of that when they took the tax write-off for Batgirl. So
maybe, yeah. So there's Batgirl. There's Birds of Prey.
By the numbers, she's actually made the most profitable movie.
Well, because it can be argued that she's kind of a pretty girl. She's a feminist. She has all the right politics, and apparently she's got all these simps convinced that she can write great scripts. And apparently we just haven't seen them because they were meddled with, according to James Gunn. So this isn't what we were talking about. We got to get to this in a second.
I've got it. If you want to pull up my screen, I can show you.
A DSP excuse. She did nothing wrong. She did everything correct. Okay.
So a lot of backlash for Christina Hodson, obviously, but I think it was probably over on Threads. Yeah, over on Threads. Somebody's like, hey, I think Christina Hodson gets too much blame for The Flash. And James Gunn says, I will only say anyone maligning Christina Hodson's screenwriting skills has almost certainly never read an actual screenplay. She's one of the writers who was with us early in the DCU planning stages. That's not the flex you think it is, you retarded.
Yeah.
When you got guys like Tom King and Christina Hodson in the brain trust for the DCU, it starts to explain a lot. I don't think you can judge my writing based on films others directed, as massive liberties are sometimes taken. So that was in response to criticism for The Flash.
So Dawn of the Dead was all Zack Snyder then.
Yeah, I was going to say.
But it brings up an interesting point, right? Because Andy Muschietti directed The Flash. When Brave and the Bold was announced, Andy Muschietti was in charge. He was going to be the director for Brave and the Bold.
Yep.
Now James Gunn is saying, hey, if you didn't like The Flash, or like The Flash wasn't good, The Flash was a disaster. Well, you can't blame that on Christina Hodson because, you know, people can adapt screenplays in different ways. So you're blaming Andy Muschietti for The Flash?
Yeah.
And if you're saying Christina Hodson was awesome and Andy Muschietti is dog shit and The Flash was terrible, but Christina Hodson's not the reason why, then it begs the question, why James Gunn said The Flash is one of the best superhero movies he's ever seen. Things don't add up because James Gunn talks out of both sides of his mouth and his asshole at the same fucking time. Yeah. He lies constantly. He changes shit up constantly. And like, what is it? Is The Flash bad and it's not Christina Hodson's fault? Or was The Flash actually amazing? And Andy Muschietti seems to kind of, but not really be attached to this thing anymore. Then you get the rumors of James Gunn potentially directing Brave and the Bold. The DC universe is in absolute fucking shambles, and we're like 3 projects in.
I know this will be difficult to imagine, but if you replace Ezra Miller with like a decent actor in The Flash, it still sucks. the movie still sucks. It was a terrible fucking movie. He just brought it down like further with just his presence. But it's not a good
story.
It's not a good story. It's not a good script. The CG looks like dog shit.
Yeah.
And the only thing redeeming in it are a couple of little Batman scenes, right? Like,
yeah, which is a stuntman, and
and a quiet scene between Barry and Bruce Wayne,
which was written by Ben Affleck, by the way,
written
not
by
Christina
Ben
Hodson.
Affleck. Yes.
That's the best Batman movie in that, and it's a Bruce Wayne moment.
Yep.
When he's talking to Barry in that alley, the Flash is a disaster for a variety of reasons, but the biggest one is you fucked up Flashpoint. You know, we already got Flashpoint fucked up in the Flash show, which should have gone on for so much longer. Could have been so much better if they had done Flashpoint properly in The Flash. They fucked that up. They just destroyed it in this one. And every worst change you could possibly imagine is kind of what they did for Flashpoint, which is an awesome fucking story.
Yeah. I mean, anybody who looks at James Gunn,
right.
anybody who looks at James Gunn, and if you pay any semblance of attention, that Flash tweet, which, he had just become the president, he's got to manage everything, and he's got to promote these movies, even though they weren't his, but okay, we're going to hold you to that now. You didn't have to say it was the best movie you've ever seen, James Gunn. You could have said, hey, guys, I really enjoyed it. It was good. And that would have been enough. Like, that would have been enough. But for you to say it's the best thing I've ever seen, it's my favorite superhero movie, now we have to compare everything you say forever to that. And of course, then we got Peacemaker and Superman and Peacemaker 2, and those haven't been, knockouts, right? That hasn't been good. But now there is no more trust. There's no more faith here. I often say when we look at Superman, right, 50% of the audience loved it. 50% of the audience hated it. But then there's an overbearing amount of people that didn't see the thing to begin with. And they never will. And they have no interest in ever seeing it. These people are done. Once Supergirl bombs, and it's probably going to, I can't see this doing very well because nobody cares. What's next? What's the excuse going to be? Peacemaker 2 ended on one of the worst cliffhangers we've ever seen for any show, and it's not coming back for another season. And then Supergirl is next. Where's Lanterns? Who cares? It doesn't matter anymore. James Gunn has burned up all the goodwill he made off of Guardians. What's next for this guy? Last thing he said in one of the interviews, in some behind the scenes thing, he was like, I didn't realize how soon my career was going to take off. I kind of wasn't prepared for it. I don't remember at which point in time this was, but you'd think if you had the wherewithal to consider at that point, hey, things are taking off. I'm not exactly prepared for it. Maybe now you start preparing because you're aware that you should be preparing for what your future holds. And the reckless abandon in the DCU will be studied as much as we study Kathy Kennedy over at Lucasfilm. It's ridiculous.
I think the next steps is that he gets fired.
The next steps are get the bat signal, pull out the bat signal, like we said right after Superman. But
James Gunn's DCU is a very simple discussion.
I'll get that article ready.
When he announced his DCU, he said, you can go and look. I don't know how many times. This is my favorite. I like this guy. I like. This is my favorite. It was literally, he was just creating a universe of shit he liked. It didn't seem whether or not any of it molded together made sense. And then when you looked at it, of course, it didn't make any sense. Oh, we're going to start off with Superman Legacy. But he's going to begin right when he joins the Daily Planet. So why is it a legacy? He's just started. A legacy is the end.
Yeah, what you leave behind.
Okay. Well, let's get rid of legacy then. It's Superman. Number 2, we're going to have the Authority, who are essentially the gay, bad Justice League. Why is the Authority coming after Superman? That doesn't make any sense.
Before a Justice League, why would you introduce the Authority?
Before a Batman, before Wonder Woman.
Which is kind of an offshoot of Watchmen and The Boys, the whole attitude of the comic.
Offbeat characters that James Gunn loves to play with. Oh, okay. Well, no more Authority. Second movie, Batman. Okay, so Batman Brave and the Bold then. No, because we've got to make sure that the Batman trilogy is done before we deal with Batman in the DCU. So the second, and we were not going to put any movies out that we don't have a complete script for. So the next movie is Supergirl now. Oh, okay. Wasn't even on the cards. And then, then my mates just put a script together for Clayface. So that's going to be the third. And then I'm going to do Superman, Man of Tomorrow. I have no script, but you said you weren't going to do anything unless you had a written script for Peacemaker season 2. This is this whole thing.
Well, the whole thing has been a mess.
Fucking disaster.
It's basically because he took the job knowing he was not the right guy for it. He took the job knowing that he was not prepared for it. But as in Hollywood, and this is what I can't blame him for because this happens a lot. You fake it till you make it. You don't say no to a fucking job like this. Of course not. But he is woefully unqualified for this. He doesn't know how to shut his fucking mouth. He's the co-president of DCU, and he's mixing it up with people. And he's listening to the criticism and letting it get to him. When you're a fucking president of a company, you can't let that shit get to you, man. You just got to roll with what you believe, which he does anyway. But the problem is his ideas
very insecure about it, so he feels the need to defend himself constantly.
Exactly. Mm-hmm. And his ideas are legit terrible based on his taste. What Az just pointed out is he likes a very niche kind of thing. He likes Grant Morrison stories. So he comes from a very hipster perspective on superheroes, which is irreverent, somewhat nihilistic. He is the wrong person to direct and write Superman. And I would say a close second would be Batman. James Gunn doing a Batman would be terrible, utterly terrible. And the rumor is, this is a rumor, so whatever. And it's Jeff Snyder. Fuck. Ryan's favorite person, my favorite person too.
I like Jeff Snyder more than I like a lot of these other scoopers because he has a face and a name and actually appears and stuff like that. He's got some stuff right. He's got some stuff wrong, but he did get the Christina Hodson one.
Yep. Hints that James Gunn might actually be directing the movie Brave and the Bold after Man of Tomorrow. So I don't know how much weight you want to put into this. I don't think I never thought Andy Muschietti was going to write or direct the Batman movie after the performance of The Flash. I think it's a lot of they don't publicly embarrass each other. And he's probably stringing them along, going, "Oh yeah, sure, we're just in the works. We'll get back to you in just a second." And he's already hired another director.
It got announced after The Flash. It's not like he was announced before The Flash bombed.
It got announced, I think, pretty soon after The Flash.
But we knew it was a disaster when it got announced. Well, it's not like Rian Johnson where it got announced that he got a trilogy before Last Jedi even came out. You know what I mean?
I mean, you might be right because I don't remember the timeline on it, but I remember what I do remember. Ryan, was all the gaslighting and how much. Because remember, they showed this thing a year early at CinemaCon, and everybody was just fucking talking it up like this is a magnificent movie until everybody saw it, right? And maybe it was later. But maybe reality is finally hit. I don't know, and I don't care. All I know is The Batman by Matt Reeves, which his first movie I don't think is great by any stretch of the imagination, will do better than Brave and the Bold. It absolutely will, just based on its cast alone. I think it'll do probably the same as the first Batman. And this one comes out in the following year. That's insane. It's utterly insane.
I always thought the Andy Muschietti announcement was because The Flash performed so badly and because they're all friends and it's an incestuous Hollywood that they made that announcement to try to save his career. And we look now and he's done Welcome to Derry, but he didn't do that alone. There was a lot of other people involved with Welcome to Derry, whether you liked it or not. I mean, that got a lot of buzz. Everybody talked about that, but still, I see this more as James Gunn can't get out of his own way. He's just got, this is my DC. This is becoming a meme. It's my DC. It's mine, and it's getting ridiculous. But the Andy Muschietti thing, I never forecasted he was going to actually do the movie.
It gave vibes of James Mangold getting the Star Wars movie right after Indiana Jones completely flopped.
Exactly
I'm that on my screen. This was the plan 3 years ago, almost to the day, when they announced this thing. Creature Commandos, Superman Legacy, which did happen in that order, I suppose.
Freaking
Look at
Waller.
Waller. The Authority, Booster Gold, The Brave and the Bold, which just now announced they have someone attached to Wright and Christina Hodson, which means the earliest we'll see this at the end of 2028, but probably 2029. Lanterns, which had been in production in some way before James Gunn was even there. Like, they've been trying to do the Green Lantern show for a long time. Then Supergirl, Woman of Tomorrow, which got changed to Supergirl, and Man of Tomorrow became its own thing. Paradise Lost, which is a dead project. Swamp Thing, which as far as I know is a dead project. Like, dead project, dead project, dead project, dead project, dead project.
And how
And Clayface wasn't even on the list.
Right, to add to that is Clayface. That's it. That's what's sort of like
out
the
of
only-
continuity, I
Yeah.
think.
And
No,
Is
no,
it?
no,
How
I
long ago was
I
this
think they said
announced?
it's now in continuity. It's now in continuity.
Really?
That's crazy.
Yes.
How long ago was this plan set forward, Ryan? Like
3 years
About
ago.
3 years ago, exactly.
Yeah.
I think it
3 years
was January
ago.
31st, 2023.
this is 3 years ago, and they only have a writer for Brave and the Bold now.
Yes.
3 years? What are they doing?
And that's fucking Batman.
Their best. They're doing their best.
Yeah.
When did these other ones come out?
Never. Most of them.
No,
Waller, Booster Gold, Paradise
Canceled,
Lost,
canceled,
Swamp Thing,
canceled.
Authority. So that's 5
Canceled,
canceled projects
canceled.
on this list.
But this is why you don't have the CEO also be a creative that also directs and writes and does all this other stuff because he's too busy. The CEO is supposed to be the strategist that plans out all this stuff, and then the creatives can work on their own projects. The odds of finding someone who has the both sets of talents, even if they had enough time, would be incredibly small.
Well, the CEO is the one who tells the creative no when you have some crazy idea. When you go out and announce 5 projects that are going to get canceled, the CEO would go, I wouldn't do that. Maybe one at a time.
Well, what if I told you that Lucasfilm is now doing exactly the same thing?
Case in
Who's
point.
less talented than James Gunn. Holy fuck.
I know. So, yeah, and then we get, 2 Batman movies in a row?
Apparently, 2027, 2028.
Oh, and then, like, this isn't James Gunn's fault. Superheroes,
In 2
superhero
different
fatigue
universes, of course.
has set in. Yeah, of course. But how many people are going to actually know that as?
None. Well, not, we do because we're in the circles, but normies are going to get very confused about all this.
I actually think that they're so dumb they won't even care.
Yeah.
I think that normies are so fucking bro. I will never forget. I'll never forget. I was at a long time ago. This is back in like 2018, maybe. I was at like an MCU trivia night at this bar that did a bunch of trivia, and like people publicly made their answers known. The amount of stupid fucks who thought, the Sam Raimi movies are part of the MCU. They included Batman and other DCU movies in MCU answers and stuff like that. It's astounding because most people don't fucking know. They're so stupid. So I don't know if they'll actually get that confused because they're already confused.
Well, James Gunn has made that same comment, essentially. He said it is people like us that make that a big deal, but the normies don't mind. Like, he's already...
I'd say they don't care more so than anything else.
Yeah, he didn't call them stupid, but...
I will.
He might as well.
Yeah, I think the future is for superheroes is Spider-Man and Batman movies. I think that's the future of superhero films at this point. Doomsday. Yeah. Oh, I mean, Doomsday is a gimmick, so it doesn't really fix the longevity. And yes, they have the big plan. They have the big plans
You need
for
to
the
believe, Gary.
What was that?
You got to believe. Doomsday. We all need to believe in Doomsday.
We all need to believe in Doomsday.
Did you hear R&B last week? You
Yeah,
gotta
we
believe.
listened to Robert.
You gotta believe.
And as I told Robert, I'll believe it when I see it. Like that's
seeing is believing.
Yeah.
Belief's what got us into this mess, Robert. But I love you. But that's what got us into this trouble.
Yes.
And we did believe for a while, and a lot of people believed after we stopped believing. But now nobody believes. So it's up to them to prove that this is going to be some epic thing that will fix not just it'll not just bring people back into theaters, but it fixes the superhero film to where you can be at the point where you can make a Blade movie, guys. Make a Blade movie where Blade. Okay, I'm going out on a limb here. This might be controversial. Blade kills vampires.
Don't say it.
Oh
No.
Blade kills vampires.
Don't say. That's shocking.
By himself. He doesn't have
intersectionality though, Gary. Where?
Yeah.
Well, we could give him a second husband alongside his wife. Yes. And make him polyamorous.
And he could be followed around or led around by.
So you want to know the future of the MCU? Just pay attention to the
somebody's bum.
To the
triads.
I mean, yeah,
triads.
Just pay attention to the X-Men casting, and if oh my God,
Giancarlo Esposito
Giancarlo
and Denzel
Esposito
Washington.
and Denzel Washington are Professor X and Magneto, then you'll know. Then you'll know Giancarlo Esposito, like just out there
doing everything.
Doing calling for revolution.
I'll be okay. People.
Yeah. If 50 million people have to go, and as long as he's not there,
the rest of us
he's calling for the revolution from the safety of his own mansion and with his little scarf and his ascot or whatever he's fucking wearing. His bodyguards.
And why is Mark Ruffalo transitioning into a 60-year-old woman?
He has been for a while. There's a lot of estrogen.
He's nearly there, Mel, dude. He's like really there.
Can we bring back
he's
Eric
one person
Bana?
I will give the correct pronouns.
Oh, there again. So's Giancarlo.
Can't hear anything.
Look, I'm just saying, if I'm taking part in this war, the Civil War or whatever, if I see someone dressed like this on the opposite side, I'm feeling pretty fucking confident. I ain't too worried, Gus.
You'd need your binoculars. It'll be a long way at the back.
I know a Klingon with some binoculars.
Oh my God.
Yeah, he is looking like Don Lemon.
This is time for a revolution.
Oh.
It's time for it, and they don't even know that's what they're starting. You know, some very rich old white men are exerting their power to suppress
$10 million net
our
worth
own people, thus creating a feeling of civil war.
When you say our own people, who are you referring to?
He means the illegals.
Are you admitting that you yourself are an illegal?
I don't even know.
That would be funny, to be fair.
I don't even know what Giancarlo is. I don't know if he's part black, part, I don't know, some
He
South
could just be like
American thing. I don't know.
Dominican.
Well, he said our people.
He's Irish.
Because the struggle is real.
The only thing he has to lose is all of us.
Yeah, the rich elite is saying you should all go to war and revolution. And I'm gonna
the irony of him saying a bunch of rich white people are making us all like pushing us into this civil war, and then 30 seconds later he says, but we need to march on Washington and we need to get in the streets, and if 50 million of us die, that's okay.
He's half Italian,
man.
half Italian, half black, born in Copenhagen. Parents worked in Europe, spent his early years in Rome, Italy.
So they kill 500 or 50 million or however many, but the rest of us would survive with a new world. Wow.
So what
piece
is the other side?
Wow.
What an
She said that with a
absolute
human
piece
excrement.
of crap.
It's not a good selling point, though, is it? They can only kill 50 million of us. It's like, whoa.
He was cool.
We could do better than that. I believe in us.
You think $1 billion?
Yeah.
It's like the end of wasn't the Resident Evil movies. It goes to the White House and there's just big things with hordes of zombies all around and flamethroers.
Willing to sacrifice millions
It's Giancarlo Esposito.
You guys
so he can get the world he wants.
If anybody on the other side says something like this, they would be fired from everything.
Yeah.
Like before they finish the sentence.
Yeah, they'd be like, "You're inciting violence."
He's got the right politics. That's the issue.
Well, yeah, this is all this ideology. This ideology has always been this. There is no amount of bodies too much. There is always one more person that has to die before the utopia.
It's called communism.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, exactly. It's called communism in its truest form.
I almost want to like see.
Have we done it? No, you see now.
Is that what you're saying, Gary?
I've said it before, but I'd almost love to see them get what they want, and then when I'm standing next to them, holding a shovel while we're digging our own grave, I could laugh.
Yeah.
At the end.
First time, eh?
Yeah. All right. Because I have
Gary, we'll be long buried by then.
Hey Gary, could I just mention one bit of news that I think is
quickly,
like
the most fucking Shad thing of all time.
I've just got one more thing.
Quickly, Shad.
So, big announcement this week from Brandon Sanderson and Apple.
Oh yeah,
that he has signed a deal to produce Mistborn as a film series and the Stormlight Archives as a TV series, and he has like crazy control. That's what they're saying. He's going to write the script.
Well, he said it as well.
He said he's going to write the scripts and be a producer on everything. And so this is significant. This could potentially be very, very big if done right. If done right.
If done
and
right.
Apple bought the rights to his entire Cosmere, so it's all the IPs.
That's huge.
That's huge. Well, we'll see what happens, and we can talk about it next week.
Okay.
In depth more, because I have a hot date tonight. So I gotta get out of here.
Is it with a certain Klingon, gentlemen?
We're going to the Klingon opera. Rolling the wretched 4 parts for $100. So I finally caught one of Gary's live streams on Starfleet One Tree Hill, and I have to ask Gary why he hates me so much. It just comes naturally. What did I ever do to you to justify torture like this? Gary, we will remember the name of those who died on the streets in Minneapolis. Finally, early this morning, the feds were able to secure an arrest warrant for Don Lemonless. I am sure he will be out on no bail by the time FNQ starts, but hopefully there is a video of the agent slapping the cuffs on his gay racist ass. This made my day. I need some suggestions from the panel. I'm not sure what game I should make Ian play after he finishes Space Marines. It needs to be something that will torture him more than fail guard all tash. All the time, not relooted. I should be relooted. He is looking forward to that one. You kind of
Gollum.
Castle Crashers is fun.
Yeah, Gollum.
There's Gollum or High Guard, which that's a shooter, but it probably wouldn't torture as much as Gollum.
I'm waiting to play
67 hours in High Guard.
Jeff Keighley just
comes
tweeted
out
about it.
during Black History Month.
Yeah,
I'm
February.
really excited to play Relooted.
Castle Crashers, you can have a pet that follows you around.
Jeff Keighley posted about 2 hours ago about High Guard. It was just like, High Guard have just released a 5 versus 5 mode.
Yeah.
Well,
you can play that stupid Nintendo Switch non-binary Tamagotchi or Tamaduchi or whatever the fuck that thing is. I'm so mad about that game. Not because I give any fucks, and I think most Nintendo fans are autistic queers, quite honestly. I'm mad because Krista and Jeremy, when that news broke yesterday that they added a non-binary option, they're like, you got to talk about this on daily. You got to talk about something. So I'm like, fine, I'll fucking talk about this stupid story. I talk about the story, gets clipped out, put on Geeks and Gamers 2. Nobody watched it because no one actually fucking cares. But the only people that did care are all the trans and furry pronoun queers out there. So immediately spread it all around. It's got ratio to fucking hell. And the entire comment section is just roasting me. That's all. Just me. So, thank you, Crystal and Jeremy, for just proving that my opinion about Nintendo fans has always been 1000% fucking right.
Jeremy, well done, mate. Well done. Hilarious. Fucking baller, man.
Today's read is I was saying
Deuteronomy.
I was saying it right in my head. Yeah, you just said it. 3235. Dudes are on me for 3235. Is the mind to avenge? If you fuck around, you will find out, says the Lord. Hail FNQ, Fellowship, Chad, Mods, Little Thor, and rest in peace, Pizza Time. Long gone now. Dan Vosk should be banned on social media until he finishes Man Buns Are Gay. Until the next time, so long, gay boys. So long. Deuteronomy. It's fine in my brain. It's just not.
Dudes are on me.
Yeah, it's whatever. Occupant 42 for 100. Hail, Gary and panel. Hail. Can I get a shout out for my friend? G1 Games is a Friends Minecraft YouTube channel. Friends is a Friends Minecraft YouTube channel. Check him out if he's your flavor. Give him a sub.
Shit.
Real gamers play Minecraft. Thanks. It's called G1 Games. G1
I love how
Games.
he read that as if none of his grammar made sense, but it was all fine.
Well, most of it was fine. Most of it.
one
We
has
need
a
to get
clue
you
what
hooked on
that channel's
phonics.
called, Gary, now.
What?
No one has a clue what that fucking channel's called now.
G1
G1
Games. G1 Games.
We need
Now
a
more
subscription
people
to Hooked
know.
on Phonics. That's what we need for Gary right now.
I'd fuck that up too. 44 Magnum Norse for $100. Question, Gary. Why are old school Star Trek people allowing this deconstruction and demoralization of Star Trek? It says, America, what's the plan? Just allow the commie trash to happen and fade into oblivion? Not pointing fingers. I simply want to find the solution.
What are you supposed to do other than say, hey, wow, this fucking really sucks. No one should watch it. Maybe quit watching it yourself. Like, what else can you do? You can't storm the castle and fucking regime change. Like,
wait, what did
you start making new stuff?
Well, I mean, if 50 million
making
have
new
to die, maybe you can.
Get the trebuchets.
Yes.
We're going
the
in.
space trebuchets.
Well, we've got to start telling new
that's what they
stories.
would put in Starfleet.
Ryan
It would just be a
Johnson
trebuchet with like
Yeah,
a
Ryan Johnson would
holographic.
It would.
A fucking LED ball goes flying off it, you know.
I'm surprised the Klingons didn't move in with like trebuchet on top of their ships and just launch.
I was surprised they didn't have a spaced batleth with just fucking LEDs all fucking around it.
It was like pincers, like a scorpion.
It's a future trebuchet because it has LED lights on it, guys.
Yeah. That space.
Sheedlow for
ultimately, you know, Fig Wizard's right. Like, you can make your own stuff you want, but that's not Star Trek, right? If you're worried about Star Trek, ultimately they don't ask for our consent before they rape us with this stuff, right? They own it. They can do what they want. All we can do is talk about it, call it out, bring attention to it, and more and more people stop watching it.
That's what we can do. But like, there has to come to a point where eventually it's like, yeah, well, we're going to keep talking about this stuff and we're going to keep mocking how ridiculous it is. But like, I don't know. I'm done waiting for another Starfleet Academy. If I can try to point people in the direction of learn how to write, learn how to tell stories, learn how to tell stories. There's, you could learn anything on the internet now. If I can help facilitate that or encourage people to do that, because a lot of people are looking for permission. Like when you talk to people, people say, I have all these ideas, these things I want to do. It really comes down to, you can go create, you can go learn how to do it. Fuck Star Trek, fuck Star Wars. What's the next? What are we going to do next? Hollywood's not going to get better. Look at Wonder Man. Wonder Man was the best of what they got. Really? Shad was right. It's a superhero show with no superheroes. I might defend it because it's a little bit artistic, but no, it's time for us all to start learning how to make new shit, and that's how we fight back. It's not about toppling the regime or toppling the companies, although I do want to be referenced in a Bob Iger meet or a Disney meeting as being that guy that annoyed the shit out of him. But no, it's how do we build the tallest building in town? There's two ways. Number one, you'd build the tallest building. Number two, you tear down all the other buildings in town, so yours is the tallest building by default. So I think that's where I'm at. The Acolyte happened. I said, fuck it. Now we got to start telling people to start making new shit. And we're all going to suck because we're just getting started. But that's the dream.
It's going to take time. And that's where we're headed, though. So the audience that they took for granted for so long is now their direct competition. And they're going to lose. It's going to take a lot of time.
How you doing? You doing all right?
Well, and Hollywood built the Chinese industry by going over there and putting all this emphasis on Chinese stuff with all the big Marvel movies and everything.
Did what they always do. They ripped everything off from Hollywood, and now they're doing it. And they've supposedly...
They're coming out with $2 billion movies just from their own country.
I think that number is bullshit.
I think it's absolutely
utter bullshit. But whatever, who cares?
They have a lot of people in China.
They
Not
do,
as many as you might think.
but
and yet first time ever that this has ever happened in their country, not even close as the number 2 film. No,
listen, our numbers are bullshit too. So
Yes.
I just want to point that out.
Well, hold on. When Avatar made $3 billion all around the world, Odin, had we ever had a movie that made $2 billion before that?
But we're talking about in a single country specifically.
I know, but I'm just saying, like,
Well,
the idea
adjusting
that we could
for
have,
inflation,
like,
yes.
that fucking massive, just like that. I don't know.
Number of tickets again, but
I-
if you look at the number of tickets, if you think about inflation, it actually would make a little bit more sense.
Right, but if we're just like, I don't think I believe this. Where's the fuck? Show me why you don't believe it. Show me the evidence.
I say there is no actual evidence, like
People
no
that are
proof.
like, well, you know,
It's
just
a
because
gut-
I
it's a gut- it's a gut feeling
it did
that-
make a billion. Disney fudged the numbers, and it's like,
This is the country that gave
As
us
far as
COVID, so I mean, it's like,
Nijat
I don't really
too-
trust
Yeah.
this.
Yeah, but what do they gain from lying about the numbers?
As far as
That was Fauci in
okay,
America.
well, I'll tell you.
Okay.
As far as Nija 2 is concerned, they have a lot to gain with their own people. So and this is China. They lie about shit all the fucking time. They have
All the
priors. So I don't think I'm going out like on a limb by saying, they might have fudged that numbers to make them look good. And now China has, for national pride, the highest grossing movie in the world.
Okay.
so why don't they
also
do that with every one of
Ant-Man
their
3.
fucking movies that comes out? Like,
Because I'll be dumb.
Okay,
We're
okay,
talking about
also,
propaganda.
Ant-Man 3 got
We're talking about
busted for having-
propaganda. You got to be smart
Yeah.
about
But it didn't work, like, because it bombed
But
on
the-
all the other countries outside
Exactly.
of China. So it didn't make any
The
money,
movie
but-
bombed everywhere else. That's why I
because
say
it wasn't. It wasn't.
and I'm
it
not
wasn't
saying
really
every
marketed over here.
fucking
It was-
number is fabric. I'm saying it's fudged. It's
Yeah.
bumped up a little bit. That's my
Because also
thought.
they don't
I'm
follow the
sticking
same
to
rules
it.
that we do. It's
Yeah.
why they can do human trials and other things that we can't do
Dude,
here.
they make like rip off Mercedes in fucking China, dude. Like, you don't think they do that too? Come on. E. Sheedlow for 50. Watching Gary's Starfleet stream episode 4. Gary, the reason I'm laughing is because it doesn't make any sense. Very long pause. It doesn't make any sense. Well said, sir. Hail to you, FNT crew, the fellowship, and chat. It just doesn't. Andy Rad Art for 50 British pounds. Proper money. Hail. Watch Wonder Man. It's odd. Wonder Man wasn't in it. Just a pretentious, self-obsessed D-head who watched a superhero movie as a kid and was inspired to become an actor. Anyone remember with great power comes great responsibility? The MCU don't.
I was thinking about that while watching this. Actually, like, you got powers, you could help. You're doing nothing with them apart from trying to hide. You're not a superhero, and
No, he's not.
Yakamuro for 50 500 Norwegian krona. 500. Sorry. Just looking at the trailer for Starfleet Academy, you literally wouldn't be able to pay me enough to watch it. I would no doubt lose all of my IQ in the first 5 minutes. You would, or die from sheer LGHD TV queer cringe. So happy Hollywood is dying. I like how Az pronounces it, which is a ligabatik. Ligabatik. Force Beyond the Trees for $200. Holy shit. Any post-Kurtzman Star Trek series must open with an episode titled Millennium of... I don't understand.
Hell.
Why is that? Why not spell hell? You could spell hell in the super chats.
Maybe Force Beyond the Trees got
I don't know.
doing it. No.
Millennium of Hell. First scene. The Kreneman temporal ship shows up to the Kelpian home planet. Then the next scene shows the ship's captain Wink. After all episodes ignore anything written from the last 2 decades. Or Force Beyond the Trees, they ignore their own canon. They forget their own canon within episodes of their own show, which is pretty amazing. And thank you very much. Zen Zoltan for 2,000 arses says, dude, I watched forever and I had forgotten about it. Thank you for making me angry that they never finished it. Hail FNT. Hail FNT. The Right Media for 60 Australian dollars says, panel, if you were to put together a top 10 list of perfectly crafted films, what couple of movies would you put on there? Would Die Hard, Hot Fuzz, or Shawshank Redemption qualify to be on those lists?
I love Hot Fuzz.
It's a good movie.
Goonies.
That's a Back to the Future. Back to the Future, number one.
That's
my favorite movie.
Lord of the Rings.
It's a Wonderful Life. 12 Angry Men.
I think Ghostbusters is pretty fucking perfect in its crafting.
Great Escape.
For newer films, Whiplash.
Great Escape's fantastic.
Whiplash is amazing.
Great Escape.
Yeah, how many 10 out of 10 how many Ratatouille's good? How many 10 out of 10 films from the last 15 years?
Not many. Whiplash is up there, but
I mean,
Return to Silent Hill.
Top Gun Maverick is pretty close for a 10 out of 10 for me. So
I'll make it harder.
15 years.
How about the last 10 years?
Godzilla -1.
Godzilla -1.
That was phenomenal.
That's brilliant.
Ooh, that's
I love Top Gun Maverick, but it's hard for me to call it like a 10 out of 10 movie because it's
Someone in the chat mentioned The Martian. I did like The Martian, but again,
that's really tough. 10 out of 10.
You know what I bought the other day, Gary? I bought
What's that?
Project Hail Mary so I can read it before the movie comes
Oh,
out.
good.
Nice.
Good. It's a good book. You'll like it. It's a good book.
Captain Marvel.
Yes.
10 out of 10 of being a disaster.
What's that Chinese movie? Zhang Xing Jing Dang. That one.
Ninja 2?
Ninja 2, yeah.
We Too
I
Low.
love that.
And then the sequel, Holy
That's
Fuck.
some 10 out of 10 shit.
Yes.
Look at that.
Ryan
Look
showing
over
off his girl there.
Ryan,
showing off.
look at Ryan's doll.
You know what is?
The Flash.
she looks a bit manly there.
She looks like
Just
the wife.
angry
Shoulder
like me.
pads.
Looks like the wife from Breaking Bad.
Oh, fuck.
She
Sky.
actually looks like Brittany Snow.
no,
She looks like
no.
Brittany Snow, actually.
This is her expression the entire movie. I think it's pretty accurate.
They did. They did really capture that. You know what is really good? A Night of the Seven Kingdoms.
Yeah.
I'm loving it.
Highly recommend that show.
Shad loves foot-long cocks. That's his show.
That was scary looking.
No, I don't.
Like, finally, a sword he can review properly.
More than enough swords for my liking. I know the show is great, and I'm
The girth on that blade.
I could chop down a tree.
Yeah, it was a little bit like that.
The funniest part was Ira Parker got asked, hey, like about that scene and like prosthetics and stuff. He's like, I don't actually recall whether he used a prosthetic or not, or whether he just, showed up.
Good answer.
That's fucking funny.
Good answer. If I was that actor, I'd be all, that was all me, motherfucker.
I think the prop people came
was
out
a
there
bit
like,
cold,
yes,
though.
thank you to the actor for,
Right in the
for us
pool.
hanging this massive piece of meat basically on him. A foot-long limp dick. Holy fuck.
But a great show.
It's awesome.
I'm loving it so far. So Joseph HP for 50 Canadian pesos says, perfect idea how Marvel can promote and possibly bring back the fans for Avengers Doomsday. Abandon the urinalists and call up Nerdrotic Drinker and get an entire cast of FNT for private screenings to promote the film like nerds do, assuming it doesn't suck. But if it sucked, we'd tell you. That's kind of the problem with that logic. But yeah, I'm fine with seeing it with the people. But thank you. Thank you. I'm fine with seeing it with the people, which we will. And we will discuss it in 10 months' time. And all of us will know the entire plot. I think most of us already know the entire plot now. But everybody will soon because of the spoilers. All right, we're going to wrap it up there because I'm going to go see Blade Runner with the full orchestra.
Wow.
So cool.
Full orchestra here in San Antone. Can't wait. And we'll get the rest on Monday morning on Nerdrotic Live and Rumble, 11 a.m. Central for the Square Up. Let's go around the horn quickly. Extra Girl, what do you got coming up?
Tomorrow, Saucy.
Billion at the moment.
Probably will cap out around 1.5, which is a
Did we
far
lose
cry
the
from the 2
stream?
billion.
I think the
we did.
stream.
Oh no!
Oh no.
Oh, signing off.
No, it's back. It's back.
It's back.
It's
It's
back.
back? Okay.
Yep.
Blame Garrett. He's not here.
He's in the background. He can hear you. Or what? Is he not?
Uh-huh.
I know, but he's not on the screen. We can blame him.
Yeah, we can still
Well,
do that.
yeah.
Also, minority, likely.
What do you got coming up? Comics Division.
No game stream tonight, but you can catch Roland T. Wretched on my channel Monday, where we talk about A Night of the Seven Kingdoms, which is an absolutely great show. Of course, I stream every Monday and Thursday, and you can catch me here on Fridays. See you guys.
Brilliant. Chrissy.
Oh, Simpcast is tomorrow, Sunday at 9 p.m. Eastern on my channel. Then on Monday, I'll be on Side Scrollers at noon. And then I'll have Alex Stein on my show at 9 o'clock. And then Wednesday, in studio here, I'll have comedian Chris Monty on the show. So check that out.
Excellent. Disparu.
Starfleet Academy about their destruction of the Klingons, and then I was putting off an article about why actors should learn to shut up, and I was like, well, you know, I can't remember all the examples, and over the last 3 days, I've had more than enough to make a video, so that will be coming with reasonable marks.
Yeah, more than enough material. Shad.
Sword review coming out. This bad boy. It is actually a wicked good sword, this one. And so we smash it, we test it, we cut things with it. And of course, Night's Watch live stream, though this week's live stream might need to be postponed because I'm appearing on there's scheduling conflicts. But then, of course, there's a live stream doing with Gary, Night of the Seven Kingdoms. Can't wait.
Sunday night.
Yep.
Excellent. Ryan.
You can catch me on Geeks and Gamers Daily, basically every day at 11 a.m. Eastern. Sports Wars on Sundays, Sunday mornings. I stream on Monday and Wednesday nights on my channel, and at 9 p.m. Eastern on Monday, I stream with Very Dark Fuck My Life, and Night of the Seven Kingdoms Sunday nights, right here on this channel, right after the episode airs. Also, we share details about the Geeks and Gamers meetup that's going to be surrounding it here in MegaCon. So go check that out. Gary's going to be there. I'm going to be there. Jeremy's going to be there. The Geeks and Gamers crew, a bunch of people from the Nerdrotic crew. Rip is going to be there. Critical Drinker is going to be there.
Yeah.
So yeah. Finally got the info. So go RSVP.
It'll be fun.
Star Trek Episode 4 videos up, and my review from Return to Silent Hill is up as well on the channel. Go watch. And
did they? Is that like in theaters?
Yeah,
technically.
Really?
Technically.
Technically.
Hasn't reported box office in 5
right.
days, but yeah, it's technically there.
Is Markiplier's movie going to do better?
Yeah.
Well, it will be doing better than it now. I mean, it did 16 million on its opening weekend worldwide, and they haven't reported since for some reason. So maybe we'll find out on Monday or Sunday night what their weeks were. But it is a god awful film. Just to let you know, it is horrendous. So if you like Silent Hill 2, prepare to get mad because they fuck all the story up.
All right, Fake Wizard, please tell the fine folks where they can find you and what you got coming up.
Yeah, I'm the real life Fake Wizard here on YouTube, posting nearly every day. We just passed 65,000 subscribers while on this stream here, which is awesome. We've been growing like crazy this month. We're up 10,000 in pretty much just this 1 month. But really, two quick things. One, we launched a website called fakeportal.com, which is an indie game discovery network. It's entirely free. It's free for users. It's free for developers. It's a place to bridge the gap between gamers looking for games and indie games. Totally free. Check that out. We have over 500 games on there now and more being added basically every single day. Second thing, go create something new. Go learn how to write. Go learn how to do and it's things on the computer. Learn how to use the tools that are available to you. Learn how to make new things. Star Wars is toast. Star Trek is toast. We're going to keep mocking it to death because it's fun, but it's up to us to make new things now. So that's my pulpit call here. Gary, thanks for having me on. This has been a blast. I love all you guys. I've been watching for years now, and this is pretty much an honor for me. So appreciate it very much.
Thanks for coming on. Did a great job. We'll have you back.
Thank you.
Thanks everybody. What I'm going to be working on a Star Trek video, which will be out Monday, episode 4, because so much happens in it. And then of course, Forbidden Frontier, a Night of the Seven Kingdoms at 8:45 Central Time on this channel with Ryan, Fringy, Mahler, Shad,
9:45 Central Time.
9:45 Central. Sorry, I keep thinking of the old time it comes out when House of the Dragon comes out. It comes out an hour later. Thank you. 9:45 Central. So catch us then. And thanks to the Nerdrotics. Thanks to everyone who left a super chat and donation. You help keep the lights on. Thanks to everybody who participated. Thank you for your support. We will see you next Friday with
Chris Gore.
Chris Gore.
Yay.
The Gore. Frank will be back. Take care, everyone. Thank you.
Bye.
Probably late. Oh, Friday night time. Radical lights and highly organized. It's Friday night times. Friday night times. If you're still not offended tonight. Oh, Friday night times. Rest assured that the chances are high.
Do not come. Do not come.
I'm gonna come.
Dame, dame,